ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Playoff Plunge!
Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
We did it! The Green Bay Playoff Plunge is official! I'm Ben Brust. Feeling good. Kyle Wallace was not feeling good, was not feeling happy to be a part of the show earlier today. But he's smiling. He's alive. Can you feel your toesies?
I think so. I think this is what I feel.
No. There's no I think so. You either can feel your toes or you can't.
I feel them, but I don't feel them the way I felt them at
Can you wiggle
11 a.m.
Can you play the piggy game?
I think so. You want to play it?
I would. Yeah, I'm not scared of feet.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Should I let him play with my toe?
I don't think we should do that.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass as the spectator on this. You guys can do this in your own free time.
OnlyFans, baby. Maybe that's the start.
You can start that as well. Brad Nortman, who, my goodness, I mean, I don't even know where to start with this man. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, as we were on the shores of Lake Michigan, getting ready to jump in Lake Michigan as part of our Green Bay Playoff Plunge. Can you list off everything that you had? Because you looked like you were packed for a beach vacation.
You know that I'm going to come prepared to our playoff plunge.
No.
I had a tote bag.
No. You came with
hold
a
on.
whole cart.
Lexi.
That's true. That's true.
You're what? You didn't do anything.
I can't take a ton of credit for it. Actually, I can take zero.
Yeah, you should take zero credit because by the time you got home, this is why you got married. Because by the time you got home, your bag was packed and ready to go.
I sent a picture you guys when I got home yesterday from the show. I had my winter coat hanging. I had multiple different winter hat options, gloves, 6 towels. She had already put aside tea for us for after when we got out that we could warm our bodies up.
You had a thermos with hot water.
Yep. And it was detox tea because Kyle was concerned about all the toxins.
Basket.
Yes.
I mean, what else did you have?
Oh boy!
Were you mad that I threw all my towels and stuff on top of your picnic basket?
It was there. I took one of the 6 towels out. I laid it over the snow.
Oh, you had towels for us?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You could have said that. I would.
You guys showed up prepared anyway, and honestly, it was.
I don't know about all that.
It was a little bit. It was just all chaos, right? I mean, I don't know you guys, but I was just thinking about that cold water staring at me in the face. But I laid a towel down, put my little tote bag on there, and the thermos, and it was all organized. It looked great. Ben shows up with a trash bag, a black trash bag, and a bunch of just looks like old towels. And he's just like, hey, mind if I put this there? Bam, just slapped it right on top of all my stuff. And I was like, I guess you can put it there.
Well, here's the thing.
At least you kindly asked, Kyle.
Well, yeah, I did. I mean, see, here's the thing. I didn't know that's what happened. I just saw a basket that had some stuff on top. I'm like, well, hey, can I put my stuff here too? I didn't realize it was nicely organized. And yes, of course I'm going to ask because I have sense.
Yeah,
I'm not just gonna
manners.
I'm just not just gonna plop anything in there like that. Just like Ben would do something like that.
But this playoff plunge that we've been thinking of. I mean, I'll tell you what. I woke up this morning and I was not nervous, but there was that anticipation where I felt comfortable in all of my preparations to it. But once we got there at the shores of Lake Michigan, I don't know about you guys, but that weather was looking cold.
I thought it was great. Look, first off, round of applause for us. We deserve a pat on the back.
Okay.
Because for all the doubters and for all the people who texted, called, commented, tweeted, YouTube commented, texted, you can see on Twitter at ESPN Milwaukee our official jump into the lake. And Chris, if you may, I do want to hear how this all came about. I do want to reset for everyone who may be, what's going on? Why are they talking about jumping in Lake Michigan? Back in November, Mo from Illinois called, and he likes to predict everything as much as possible. He said, I think the Lions and the Chiefs are going to go down to the Green Bay Packers. And at that point, I had no reason to believe that was going to happen. So I said this.
Look, crazier things have happened, Ben. Crazier things have happened.
I'm done.
I'm not in the Packers are going to the playoffs.
Hear Brad out is next, and I didn't want to scrap it, but we got to know. We're still going to hear Brad out. But I'm going to tell everyone about Palermo's Pizza. Hey, look, I'll eat all the crow. Mark this, Max. Like, I'm sure you have. Mark it. If I'm wrong, I'll jump in Lake Michigan naked at the end of the season. I will.
No one's asking for the naked part.
Yeah, we don't need the naked part. We got to post this on social media, so maybe,
Whatever you need me to do,
right.
Clothed, I will do.
All right.
Fair.
With the lack of clothing. Mark it.
Mark that, please.
And what am I what's the official thing, just so I know?
I don't know, just
Making the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah, make the playoffs.
If they make the playoffs, I will jump in Lake Michigan.
Perfect.
There we go.
Every time I hear this, I just hear I will. I. And somehow it became we. Like
We're a
in
team.
France.
We are one.
I
Wouldn't
will
you
say-
say this was a better team building experience than you guys give me $100 to go bet on roulette in Vegas?
This was much better than that. I will take jumping into cold water than giving up $100. But I will say,
too.
even just re-listening to that segment, not once did I think when it was occurring that somehow I would be right alongside Ben. But look at us now. Somehow Kyle and I right alongside Ben.
Kyle was in
suffering.
Kyle was in Mexico when this happened.
Hey, shout out to Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe joins the show on Tuesdays. I think he'll be joining on a Thursday today because Tori Lowe is there too. You can find the video on Twitter at ESPN Milwaukee, on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and at ESPN Madison. I can see in the chat that we have put a link to the video. Guys, this was so much fun. I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we paid it off too, because it just feels like we're rebirthed.
Kyle, did the fact that this came because the Packers made the playoffs, did that tone it down a little bit?
Yeah,
Did it make it feel at
if
least
they would have
better?
missed the playoffs, were you doing this?
No, if they didn't listen,
I wouldn't either.
This was a playoff plunge, not an almost playoff plunge. And because the Packers made the playoff, I was ready to plunge. I will say this. I was more excited on Sunday and Monday than what I was today. Today, I woke up and I was like, oh, dang. I got to figure out what I'm going to be wearing today. It was a little bit of a drag to get myself mentally up to it. And then when I parked, I was like, ugh. I got to walk down here. I complained that they didn't. Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake. Okay, I had to step through snow.
Is
in order
Kyle
to get to the lake?
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
He's high maintenance for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up. So I expect for this stuff to be plowed.
Kyle needs a public safety vehicle for the city of Milwaukee to drive around and yell at people who litter, yell at the parks people for not doing.
Do your job. I do my job.
He's the neighborhood watch.
He is.
He's the neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years. So I used to make fun of and still do and love him. Jesse Nelson, I love him strong. Jesse Nelson, the producer of Wilde and Tausch from 9 to noon across these very stations. We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the hall monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. Like, he's just, I'm Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson. And I didn't think I'd ever be working with someone as nerdy and as losery as Jesse Nelson, but here I am with you.
No, here's the thing. People have jobs to do. The job is not to shovel the snow so you have one pathway. If there is a pathway, everything should be shoveled. I shouldn't have to step through snow in order to get to the beautiful shores of Lake Michigan. Do your job. That's all I'm saying.
I would think the people of Milwaukee aren't thinking that 4 idiots aren't going to walk down to the lakeshore.
Well, guess what?
And need a path cleared to the lake because they're jumping in
guess
January.
What? There was 4 idiots plus 4 other people there that were idiots as well for joining us in the cold.
My pregnant girlfriend almost fell on that snow. Maybe I'm a Karen too.
She did almost fall in the snow, right? So, I mean, that would have been the whole issue.
Actually, one of our teammates did fall in the snow.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Why'd you say she? You narrowed it down.
I will say, when we got there, though, there was about 40 geese hanging out by the, right in the area.
Geese right where I ran in at?
Are you scared of birds?
No, geese were probably pooped and peed right in the spot
that's
that
what
I
I was
went
thinking
in.
too. Because
You guys are such
when
babies.
Tony and I showed
it's
up,
a
they were all
lake.
right there.
It's a lake.
No,
That's pretty concentrated geese in that area.
Chris, I do want to hear the audio again of the start of the show, because just listen to Kyle. The way this was set up was, and you can go on Twitter at ESPN Milwaukee, you can go ESPN Madison, you can go to KBN, ESPN. It's all out there. The video's out there, and I want you all to enjoy it because it was a lot of fun. But the way I had set it up, Brad, because you and I, we knew what we were doing. We talked about it yesterday. It is a plunge where we were going to wear shoes, socks, and some sort of undergarment that was tighter that, would, make things nice and compressed down there. Kyle said yesterday that he wasn't going underneath the water. Tori Lowe looked scared that he was for his life. Like he was a scared puppy dog is what Tory Lowe was.
He was.
And so when we were going to jump in, I was just like, all right, I'm just going to start this video and say this. Playoff Plunge!
Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
You ain't got no shirt on.
Well, here's the thing.
What'd you expect?
I know.
You guys had
it was worse with the clothes. Right?
It's so
Because
much worse.
It's just the cold is just draped on you.
Listen, fellas, I had a shirt on. Me and Tori both had a shirt on. All you do is take your shirt off after. There was no way I was allowing that water to be skin on skin with my body like that. I was so surprised because there was no real plan. Let's just be honest. There wasn't a real plan. It was barely organized. I had to text y'all last night because somebody was getting on my case about what the plan was. So I said, well, heck, I don't know what's happening. So we all standing next to each other. I'm thinking we're running in with clothes on.
I love these texts from Kyle.
And next thing you know, here's Brad, after Ben said playoff plunge, here's Brad getting on naked and stripping. I'm like, wait, what are you doing?
Oh, you didn't see me? Because I flipped mine off, and I think you took cue.
Yeah.
I turned to the left to start running, and all I saw was Brad's big white body just all in my
he's
face.
very white.
It felt very white. Very
Casper
white.
the Friendly Ghost did not get any whiter out Lake Michigan.
You ain't got no shirt on?
It felt so good, though. I will say that for a minute.
Oh, hell no.
It did, though. It felt so good to just be in that cold water, let it envelope your body, but then running out was freezing. So my toes, I was like doing toe crunches to make sure that blood flow.
Kyle last night sending articles, 380 million gallons of untreated wastewater flows into Milwaukee area rivers and lake. Playoff plunge tips for first-time plungers. And I'm
Wait, did you see that the first-time plungers, he sent it from an article from South Carolina, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I was like, wait a minute. Myrtle Beach ain't had the same level of polar plunge that we do up here.
I was just trying to help y'all out. I was trying to prepare.
So I skipped the do's and I skipped the don'ts and I went right to what do you need to bring. That's the only thing that I read on his article.
Well, I mean, it turned out you were okay. You had a nice towel waiting for you. You had your bathrobe as well. And Brad made sure we were good. He didn't explain to us that I had a towel waiting for me inside the little the push cart that you brought down there full of stuff.
But like we said, there wasn't a lot of communication. It was like, once as we got there, it felt like it was, we just need to get in this water as soon as possible.
Because we can't stand outside. We have an office that we work in, and we see each other 5 days a week. We didn't take 10 minutes to sit here and plan everything out, and then when we get out there, we want to sit there and talk before we actually go in. So I'm freezing even more.
Yeah, it was... I will say,
608 chimes in. I really appreciate Kyle channeling his inner Chris Tucker with the "oh hell no" at the beginning, because it does remind me exactly of that in Rush Hour 2.
Well, I probably had that moment when I saw him take his shirt off in 30-degree weather with wind blowing as well.
Hit it, Chris. The beginning.
Oh, hell no.
so did you actually
Plunge! Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
Do you hear it? All the splashing that you hear had nothing to do with Tory Lowe walking in like it was the kiddie pool at the like local pool.
Yeah, I didn't see Tori. Listen, I just took off running, and then all of a sudden I turn around and I see Tori. I see you guys jump, like literally y'all belly splashed and belly plunged into the water, and all I did was turn around. I see Tori slowly trying to pick his feet up to be in the water with me.
800-990-3776, the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. You can get us on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee. And if you want to see the Green Bay playoff plunge, we paid off the debt that I created that somehow, not against their will, Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman joined in along with Tory Lowe.
Thank you.
You can catch that all at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter. We're going to get all over the place during the break, but Brad doesn't think the Packers are playing with house money. I disagree. Tausch disagrees. I heard him on Wilde and Tausch. I don't know what Kyle thinks, but I think Brad's stupid. Let's see if he's smart next.
You ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
I said, you know what? You remind me of Brother Malcolm. I'm going to call you Brother Ben because by any means necessary, you're going to go against the grain. You're going to do what you got to do. And one day, I mean, you might get taken out.
You might as well call me Tory Lowe.
You might get taken out. You might get taken out by yo. So I said, you like Brother Malcolm. So I said,
what do you think, Tory?
More like Brother Ben, Brother
more
Malcolm.
like Rush Limbaugh.
No!
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Even when you think you know what's going on,
the Chefs are 7, and they cannot win a Super Bowl.
you can never be too sure.
Until Taylor Swift, on her birthday, says no to Kelsey with an engagement ring.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Does he have to ask her before getting the ring? Or no? Can he just give her the ring?
Mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
The Saganiac Planning Fantastic Finish. March 25th, 1977, NCAA Tournament Semifinal. Marquette against UNC Charlotte. Marquette by 2 till Cornbread Maxwell tied the game with a 10-foot jumper. 3 seconds left. Timeout. Marquette had to go the full length of the court. Butch Lee with a long pass to about 10 feet from the Marquette basket. Looked like it would be caught by a Charlotte player. It wasn't. Jerome Whitehead got it. One dribble and an attempted dunk that was challenged. It went off the back of the rim, then rolled forward and down through the hoop. Oh, baby. Marquette 51, Charlotte 49. Don't miss the shot when it comes to offering medical coverage to your employees. Saganiac Planning can coach you on ways to balance costs and prioritize care for your employees with coverage provided by United Healthcare. For more information, call Steve Fluellen, 262-783-6161. Steve Fluellen, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or its affiliates. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin, Inc.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977. The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you. We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We're also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Join the Brewers at the all-new Winter Warm-Up Fan Event Saturday, January 13th. See your favorite Brewers players in a fun-filled live show and get early access to purchase opening day tickets. Don't miss out on the fun. Get tickets now at brewers.com/Winter Warm-Up.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I had my high knees and I was running in and out. I was going to the end zone. But Ben and Brad, they stopped like on the 8-yard line and they dipped their shoulder in and they ran out. Like I was going to score a touchdown. Tory Lowe was going to score a touchdown. Go Pack Go. I'm never doing this again.
I mean, I'm thinking about jumping in on Monday or Tuesday if the Pack. Frequency. It's all about the vibes and the frequency. If they beat the Cowboys.
Do a cold tub like a normal person. You're just trying to get your body right. Do a cold tub. You ain't got to jump into Lake Michigan every time the Packers.
Sounds like Kyle's not committed to the Green Bay Packers.
I am not.
My leg is itching right now. Very concerned. My back is itching.
I think it's in your head. From the get-go from this, Kyle, you've been just clean freak with the water out there. I feel like it's all in your head right now. Something's on you.
He's starting to feel things that aren't there
this whole time, Kyle.
I had mentally said, okay, whatever, it is what it is. When I drove across the home bridge, I know y'all smelled that. When you
didn't smell a thing.
Oh, yes, you did. It smelled
it's all in your head,
No,
Kyle.
Stop
Kyle is smelling things.
I smelled that sewage going across Lake Michigan when we were going across the home bridge.
So are you being? I thought he was just joking.
No,
by the way. Now I'm starting to realize he's dead serious.
His senses are betraying him.
No, I smelled it going across. I said, oh my gosh.
Are you lacking one sense and making other senses way too strong?
No, excuse me. What sense am I
that
lacking?
was like poetic.
I don't know. Feel? So your smell is stronger?
Common sense.
There it is, Chris. From the top rope. 800-990-3776. I do love what Kyle said there because I thought once, where I jumped in, I thought it was going to be clear. I went back first, right into the rocks. Back right into the rocks, and then I rolled over. It was not how I planned because I was going to do the backstroke. I was going to swim.
Oh, you were going to swim.
Yeah, by the time I went in on my back, I was like, oh, I'm laying down on rocks, and so I then just rolled over.
Why'd you get up and keep going deeper?
Because I was like, once you're in there, you're not like
you could go get you if you had a goal. Go swim.
Like I said, I'll go swim if they beat the Cowboys.
You can go swim whenever you want. You ain't got to worry about beating the Cowboys.
Is this for the record? For the record, you will go.
I haven't said anything on the record yet.
Okay.
I mean, even though this is all on the record, but I haven't committed myself.
To me, there was more rocks than I anticipated. I will say, when I did, because I was plunging, I was committed to the full submersion.
I know.
And I fell back to it, and I was
I was on my back,
careful.
and then I just rolled over and put my face underneath. I was like, I got to get all the way under. I'm all the way, But Kyle, you did the right thing in terms of going past where we were.
Yeah, I kept going.
How deep did you go? We're talking shoulders, chin.
So I was running out there, and I was picking my knees up because you pick up your knees to keep your body flowing.
Good form.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. And so I was picking up my knees to keep going. But then it got to the point after y'all did the little flop. I said, okay, I'm going to keep going deeper. And then I got nervous because I said, well, how deep do I go before I fall off a ledge? And next thing you know, I go from 2 feet water, 3 feet water, and then I'm in 15 feet water. And then we got a whole nother issue on our hand because now I'm trying to swim and save my life versus just trying to plunge into the water.
I would have saved you. I would have saved
you. The dude who flopped in and then ran out because he ran into those rocks is going to run in and save me?
Ben was the first one out, but also first one back in.
Ben went 10 feet, if that.
Yeah, but I went all the way under. My whole body was underneath the water. Yours wasn't.
I don't think you guys were a full plunge because you really didn't go too
Go look at the video.
No,
I mean, there's literally video of Brad and I going all the way underneath the water.
But it
doesn't matter how far you go. It matters if you go underneath.
What?
Yeah, the shoulders up is most sensitive anyway. So I
tried to dip my shoulders down.
I tried.
Did you?
Yes, I did. What I will say this is that I went to dip my shoulders down, and I could only dip as low as you're going to go so low, and so I went as low as I could, and I popped right back up, and I kept going.
He bent his knees. He didn't fall back.
I'm not putting my head in that water.
I think Kyle didn't plunge.
That's a lie.
We might need to redo it.
That's a damn lie.
Next week might
that's
be.
A lie.
Brad gets it.
That is a lie. I ran further than both of you all. I can't believe you guys stopped. I thought you were going to keep going deep. That wasn't
on YouTube and on the talk and text line. I'd like to know from everybody since Kyle did not go fully submerged underwater. Did this count as a Green Bay playoff plunge? Because if not, I'm not going to let KBN Nation down. There's no way. If they believe that Kyle not going in all the way underwater.
They need to watch
this is a democracy.
You need to watch the video before you claim that.
That's fine.
Yeah, watch the video.
You can watch it.
KBN Nation will
Brad
decide.
and I have eyes, and KBN Nation has eyes. We do have some blind fans as well, so they can.
That's okay.
I could
ask somebody around them to tell them what they think.
I could have ran in, and if it wasn't deep enough, I could have just turned them around. But what did I do? I said, well, let me go ahead and bend over as much as I can to make sure I try to get as close to my neck as possible. I think I did a very, very good job.
Yes, you did, Kyle. Very good. 800-990-3776. Kyle didn't go all the way under Lake Michigan's water.
Stop.
You didn't,
How about
bro.
this? How about this? If KBN Nation comes back and says that you did not fully submerge, we do like ice bucket challenge you.
Yeah, we gotta get your head wet.
Every week is something new. Dang, can I just come to work?
I like Brad's creativity.
Can I come to work and do a show?
Brad had fun today. It was good.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun doing that today, and I definitely I won't be doing it again. But I enjoyed doing it with you two. It was a good time. My body felt decent after I showered, but right away my toes were extremely cold. I was nervous about my hands. I thought
Cispac Abs chimes in. No one cares about your frostbite that you don't actually have, and she says, "Not a plunge."
Watch the video. Watch the tape.
It's not a plunge.
You didn't watch the film. Who said that?
Cispac Abs.
Cispac Abs. You need to watch the Cispac video that we had in there. That's what you need to watch. That Packer plunge.
The powers that may be behind the scenes are currently working on a video just focusing on Kyle going into Lake Michigan, so we can focus and do a full breakdown. We can do an all 22 of breaking down Kyle's Green Bay playoff plunge, or the all-22 if Mark Chimura wants to chime in as well. And you can see that on YouTube. On ESPN Madison's YouTube, where's the video, says Skunky. We'll get that in ESPN Madison's chat. I'll have the other powers that maybe work on that. But also just go to at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter to see us go into Lake Michigan. Brad, you said something interesting to me along the lines of the Green Bay Packers, because a lot of people are talking about house money. As you're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, I'm Ben Brust. Kyle Wallace did not go all the way into Lake Michigan earlier today.
My back itch.
Brad Nortman and I did. Tori Lowe is also a highlight of the video. But Brad, everyone's saying the Packers are playing with house money. Tell me why you disagree, because I think you're wrong already.
I disagree because when the Packers beat the Bears and they earned the playoff berth, and they earned it, and that's impressive. Nothing to take away from that. Everyone has been saying they're playing with house money, and I thought about that early on, and I think I agreed. But after dwelling on it, I would say that this is not a no-lose situation for the Green Bay Packers based on how the game goes on Sunday. Now, I'll say this. I'm not predicting this to happen. But if the Packers go out, and it is a start-to-finish butt-whooping by the Dallas Cowboys, and they lose by 24 or more points. We're talking 4 or more scores. And from the start to finish, like the Lions game early in the season, it looked like the Packers didn't even belong on the same field as the Detroit Lions. If that type of game occurs, you cannot walk away feeling good about where the Packers were at and how the season ended. And here's why. First of all, if you lose in that way, if you lose in a dominating start-to-finish fashion by 24 points or more, I'm talking like a 30-7 victory by the Cowboys, 41-10, something where it's eye-popping, there's going to be a sobering reality that the Packers weren't really a playoff team, right? There's every year, almost every year, there's a team that's borderline fraudulent in the playoffs.
How dare you put those words?
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying this is not a no-lose situation. Because of the expanded playoff, because you get a 7th seed in there now, you get an actual test to play a real playoff team.
I don't mind this, Kyle, because Brad did this. Brad, you can keep going.
Oh.
Brad did this before the Bears game. Remember how he was like the keeping us honest guy, not as positive, being super realistic guy. Keep going,
and
loser.
I'm doing this. I didn't want to do this on Friday, so I'm like, if I'm going to say this, I'm going to say it today, because tomorrow is Feel Good Friday. But guys, you look at the Packers' schedule; they really only played 2 good football teams all year: Detroit and Kansas City.
And we said good though. We didn't say great.
Well, here's the thing:
Detroit went 2-1. That's okay.
I would say the Detroit Lions are right there with the Cowboys.
What's that?
Detroit Lions are right there with the Cowboys.
I think Cowboys are better.
Yeah, a little better.
But regardless, we're talking about better teams than the Packers.
And I'm not saying the Packers have to win. I'm not even saying they have to keep it really close, like keep it a 1-score game. We're talking about a dominating loss. It would make the Packers look fraudulent, and doubt would creep into their brain of like, oh my gosh, not only inside the organization, but outside looking in and say, look, what they did this year was great. There's no doubt about it. But you got a real test face-to-face with a Super Bowl contender, and the takeaway would be we are a very, very long way away from being able to hang out in that same class as the Ravens, the Cowboys, the 49ers. So that would be a very sobering reality to be the playoff team that is the fraudulent playoff team. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. but it's not a no-lose situation. The Packers need to show up and at least play decent and keep it close. If they get blown out, they are going to be the team that you're looking at and be like, they didn't really belong there, and now we have proof that they're a long, long way away.
Brad Nortman thinks that this is not a house money situation. It's not a no-lose situation for the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Want to hear from you, 800-990-3776. On the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line, Randy from the 414 supports Kyle. I think he went the furthest.
Thank you, Randy.
So
I
he's
sure
good
did.
to go. James in the 262 chimes in. It did count with Kyle, but Brad and Ben completed the plunge with more effectiveness. Ryan from the 303 chimes in. Did those dreadlocks freeze?
Only the tip. Let me check. No, they good. They good. Only the tip was in.
That's what she said.
Ron chimes in. Is it called the January jog or is it the polar plunge? You need to plunge.
Ron is not the ruler of me, or he is not the person that dictates what we do. I did.
David chimes in. Sorry, Kyle. I have no shoulders. I saw no shoulders and head wet in the video. Gotta have that for it to be a plunge. Continue to give your real opinions. Don't listen to Kyle try and coerce you into what did not happen. Let the eyes tell the story for yourself.
How do you turn?
Brad Nortman thinks this is a no-win.
Against me.
Shut up.
I did this.
Brad thinks this is a no-win situation for the Green Bay Packers. Or
No, it's not a no-lose.
It's not a no-lose. They're not just playing with house money. All of that and more coming up next. Kyle Bruston Nortman. Kyle's a fraud.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
No. So you don't know what kick the can is?
No, it's a cultural thing, but I'm not going to disrespect your culture. Me and Chris have our culture, and obviously you boys have your culture too.
You and Chris being a part of the same culture is not. That's the upset of the century right now.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. A couple years ago, my knee was acting up. As an athlete, I've played through pain before, but it was getting to the point where I couldn't compete in the sports I loved. I decided to check out Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's the best decision I've made. I felt no pressure to have surgery. That was important to me. We had choices. I ultimately did choose to have a procedure. I was in and out in just hours and back in action shortly after. I recommend meeting their doctors. Visit orthowisconsin.com today.
Ready to conquer the Midwest's premier winter playground? Then start planning a visit to Granite Peak. With over 200 acres of skiable terrain, Granite Peak has something for everyone. From beginners to seasoned pros, park skiers to mogul fanatics, and everything in between. Soar to new heights on their state-of-the-art chairlifts and warm up in the cozy historic chalet with roaring fireplaces and stunning views. A legendary winter adventure begins at Granite Peak. Don't miss out. Visit skigranitepeak.com to book your winter vacation now and for more information. Granite Peak. Legendary winters, legendary fun.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. Wisconsin football star quarterback Ricardo Holman announced on X Wednesday that he'll be back for his junior season in 2024. Holman put himself on the map, leading the way for not only the Wisconsin defense, but the entire country with 7 interceptions in 2023. Holman also notched career highs with 34 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 12 pass deflections. Shortly after Holman's announcement Wednesday, legendary Alabama head coach Nick Saban retired. Alabama is Wisconsin's 3rd opponent next year. Coincidence?
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Join the Milwaukee Panther basketball teams as they face off against 2 Horizon League opponents this week. Friday, the Panther men's basketball team takes on Cleveland State. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. at Panther Arena. Then the Panther women's basketball team closes out the action against Youngstown State on Saturday. Tip-off is at noon at the Kalachi Center. Visit mkepanthers.com for this year's schedule, fan promotions, and to select your seats. That's Panther men's basketball on Friday at 7 and women's basketball at noon on Saturday. Panther Athletics for the MKE.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The green and gold and playoff football. Are you going to be ready come game time? HD TVs in every room. Check. Green and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, cheesehead. Check, check, check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your own personal playoff party. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your personal playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pull off playoff plunge though. We are done. I gotta dry off. I got something warm in this body. I'm freaking freezing. Let's go, Pack, go, Pack, go.
That is adrenaline at its finest. That is the most frantic I've ever heard Brad Nortman in my life.
You don't usually hear that. It's usually pretty steady.
Green Bay, go back, go back, go.
My body was starting to fail on me.
We completed the challenge, the Green Bay playoff plunge, as as Kyle pointed out in the audio from where this originated. I had said I was going to jump in Lake Michigan if the Green Bay Packers made the playoffs, but that's why I love my guys, Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman.
Ride or die. Unfortunately.
Literally, for better or worse.
Yeah, for real. We
didn't get married. I guess maybe we kind of are.
No, we are
professionally.
We are ride or die. I'm telling you, there was a moment there when I was running up the hill through the snow that Milwaukee County did not plow for us when I ran up there and my feet were freezing. I was at a point. I was at a point where
Kyle Wallace pays his bills, but not everyone caters to his life every second.
That's what their job is. But anyways, I had a moment where I was like, "Oh my goodness." My breathing, my chest feels a certain way, and my toes.
No one cares about you. Let's go to Justin in Greenfield, 800-990-3776. Welcome, Justin.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Question I have for you is, pending on the performance of Green Bay on Sunday, does Joe Barry have a chance to keep his job because they've been playing so hot the last few weeks?
The answer is no, but I can understand why the feelings may be leaning towards that way. Here's why. First and foremost, the Vikings started Jared Hall. Second off, the Bears started Justin Fields, and the offense hasn't been good all year. They haven't beat any good teams. That's great. I'm happy with the defense's performance. Here's the way I look at this moving forward. The scheme is the scheme for the Green Bay Packers defense. Joe Barry's the defensive coordinator the rest of the season. So if you are one of the playmakers on the defensive side of the football, you just need to go make plays. You know what your scheme is going to do. Who's going to be the edge rusher that gets to Dak Prescott? Is Carrington Valentine going to be the Rasul Douglas type that steps up in a big moment and can create a turnover? Jair Alexander rolled his ankle on somebody's foot yesterday. His status is unknown. Who's it going to be? Is Quay Walker going to make a play? Are they going to blitz him a little bit like they did against the Bears? I'm just saying, you know what the scheme is. You need the players to make the plays. No, Joe won't be back.
Well,
what do you mean, well? What do you mean? Well, first you tell me my team could lose, and now you tell me Joe Barry can come back? Just keep coming with bad news.
I'm telling you. There's like a 99% chance that Joe Barry is fired. If the Packers win on Sunday because of a defensive struggle and the defense balls out, and if they go play the 49ers and the defense also plays well there, think about that. They would have been facing the some of the top offenses in the league.
Yeah,
If the
I'm
defense
not
plays
buying
well,
Brad's
think
like
about
whole
that, though.
like they could be a
LaFleur
fraudulent
doesn't want
team.
to fire him.
Who cares about how the Green Bay Packers made the playoffs this year? Expanded or not expanded, the idea that this team was 2-5, figured out who their franchise quarterback is, and is going to gain valuable experience, getting beat by 40, losing by 3, or winning by 20, or winning by 3, whatever the scenario may be. This is undoubtedly a house money game, so I want Chris and Muskego to chime in 800-990-3776. I think you're with me. Tell Brad why he's an idiot.
Well, I won't say he's an idiot.
I will.
But I will say it's house money. Whether you win or you lose, if you win, holy spumoli. And if you lose,
holy spumoli.
We all know what the defense is with Barry, so we're not going to worry about that. But it will give the office 1265 measuring stick to say, okay, this is definitely where we need to improve on both sides of the ball to compete with the higher, more elite teams.
Spot on,
It's going to give the young guys the experience, and they're going to make. If they lose, it's just going to make them hungry for next year. So it's a win-win situation, especially when Green Packer Nation in October and the whole NFL never thought they had a chance to be here in the first place.
Powerful, Chris. Powerful.
I'm not saying that it's not worth the risk of getting these guys great playoff experience. It's an unbelievable growth step for this team. I'm just saying that it's not a no-lose situation, that the Packers can lose and you can feel really good about it. But if they get dominated from start to finish and they lose by 4 scores, you can't walk away saying, you know what, like we feel really good about how that game went. If anything,
how many times they've been dominated start to finish?
But they haven't played that many good teams. That's the problem. They've been playing mediocrity all year, and they've been playing within 1-score games of mediocrity all year. That's not debatable. So the finally time they play a good team, I expect them to come out there and play well.
Brad's in just like the worst
I'm just saying,
mindset
I expect
ever.
them to come out and play well. If they do not, and they get dominated start to finish, I think you're going to walk away with a little bit more doubt, feel a little bit more fraudulent than you did before. That's all I'm saying.
No, there's no way I come out of this game feeling like a fraud whatsoever. This team coming into the year, the expectations were set. It was a 7-8 win team. The team exceeded expectations. It's not like you have Devontae Adams. It's not like you have Aaron Rodgers. It's not like you have, a Julius Peppers. You have a new roster with a lot of young guys who already played above what the expectations were for this year. And here's the thing. This team has nothing left to prove. You have a first-year quarterback who came in as a starter, and he absolutely lit it up. And then on top of that, you have the youngest team in the NFL who faced adversity. We talked about when they had the team meeting. Brian Bulaga said that's a bad thing. What did you say, Brad? When players have player-only meetings, what happens?
It's never a good thing.
Never a good thing. This team was able to face adversity, and instead of crumbling, instead of fading, instead of folding, what did they do? They responded and they finished the season 7-3 despite having injuries, being riddled with injuries all throughout the year. This team also, we talk about adversity, talking about already proving what they are. They had to win the last 3 games, 2 of those games on the road. And yes, the Panthers weren't that great. And yes, they faced Jaron Hall and the Vikings. But they had to win those games. What did they do? They won those games, and they had a win-in-your-end situation against the Chicago Bears, who were supposed to be the quote-unquote hot Chicago Bears. And what did they do? They absolutely dominated.
They
that
are
team.
who we thought they were.
Offensively, they sure are. They're trash, just like Brian Bulaga said. They're no great. They're losers. They dominated offensively and they dominated defensively. There is nothing left for this team to prove. They have already showed me what they're going to be in the future. This is just an extra credit game, and I hope for the best. If we get dominated, you know what I'll feel? I'll feel disappointed because I never want to see my Packers get dominated, but it will not make me feel that the future is not still bright here in Green Bay.
I am obsessed with looking at Kyle Wallace and Torey Lowe. I mean, please go on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, because the links to Twitter are in those chats. Go on Twitter at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, because we have a 30-second video of us plunging into Lake Michigan for the Green Bay playoff plunge. I go in right away. I go all the way underneath. Brad goes all the way underneath, and Kyle and Torey Lowe continue to do high knees the entire way through Lake Michigan. And then when you see Kyle come out of the water, he's dry from the neck up. The shirt's dry.
You ain't got no shirt on.
I I tried my best, okay? I tried my best. You watch the video and you can see.
You didn't try your best.
Yes, I did. You can send another. I'll send a different angle because we got multiple angles. I tried my best. I dipped out. I dipped down to try to get my shoulders in, and I just couldn't go any lower. I'm an old man with bad knees. I tried to dip down as much as possible.
Then you should have stayed in there a little longer.
Kyle, can't have excuses.
Are you expecting
the Packers making excuses when they needed to win 3 straight games?
I said I would have saved you.
No, so y'all wanted me to drown out there. Y'all wanted me to just keep running until all of a sudden I fell off a dang cliff.
Kyle, it was 3 feet water. It was 3 feet.
And at what point was it not 3 feet?
It's not a pool where it goes 3 feet to 10 feet. It's a lake.
Do you know how it works? Have you gone out where it goes deep, deep, deep? I don't know how the depth works in there, and I for dang sure wasn't going to find out today.
How about Monday or Tuesday if they beat the Cowboys?
No.
Oh, hell I'm not sure there's anything you can say to get me to get alongside you with that one.
$100?
Oh, keep going.
Hell no. 200?
Oh, hell We'd be here till the end of the show before you get to the
No, keep going, because I got a number. Keep going.
Everyone's got a number.
I got a number.
I know.
Keep going.
I got a number to give the fans. 800-990-3776. Over-under is going to be coming up next, so we're going to need caller 6, caller 9 for your chance to win a $50 gift card. We've never been more united in our lives on Kyle Bruston Ortman. We team up together. And we get 10 guesses at Chris Larson's category. And in those 10 guesses, we got to get as many right as possible to beat Chris's over-under. Caller 6, you can choose over or under based off your belief in us and based off Chris's category in the over-under. Caller 9, you're stuck on the other side. 800-990-3776. Your chance to win a $50 gift card. 800-990-ESPN. Caller 6, caller 9, over-under. Coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
I was about to go get on the highway, and I had the bubble guts, Kyle. Ooh. So it was either get on the highway and gut it out, and this is the first time in my life I've ever had to do this. I did not get on the highway.
No, you didn't.
I went straight, and then I went left into a industrial area, and I squatted like a dog.
No, you didn't.
And I pooped.
Wait, time out, Ben. There were so many other options.
There were not. There were not. It was life or death.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
Named by me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax Resolution and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Why do so many people live years with back tax problems? You didn't file one year because you were sick or thought you couldn't pay. Then next year you didn't file again. Soon you think you can't file. You do things that don't make sense or may be illegal. Don't bury your head in the sand and hope the problem will go away. It will only get worse unless you make the right choice and step up to get them off your back. Do you want your paycheck garnished, a lien on your house, your passport revoked, or your bank account wiped out? We help reduce or eliminate penalties, negotiate payment plans, and file back tax returns. My latest book has advice on what to do to avoid trouble with the IRS. Make the right choice. Go to rightchoicetax.us to book a call or in-person meeting right now. We know you want to take the first step in getting the IRS off your back so you can live again. That's rightchoicetax.us.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% now through Wednesday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings coupon is for all Fleet Rewards members, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional discount. Forget stamps or waiting for rebates. Enjoy 10% savings now through the 17th. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Watch your team compete on big screens in Team McSee's Sports Bar or the Sports Illustrated Sportsbook Room. Yes, you can bet the spread, parlays, futures, and more with Sports Illustrated Sportsbook at Island Resort and Casino. Your place to bet on sports. To book a game time getaway at the Island, call 800-682-6040 today.
Join us at Fiserv Forum as we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Sunday, January 14th. This annual MLK game presented by We Energies honors Dr. King's legacy and his spirit of community advocacy. Don't miss Milwaukee Bucks basketball in action and all the special things we have in store to honor Dr. King on Sunday, January 14th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit bucks.com/impact.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text KETTLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321-321. That's KETTLE to 321-321.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, I was trying to do the backstroke, but then I landed my back on the rocks. And then I was like, I just got to get underneath. So then I got underneath. As going. We jumped in Lake Michigan. The Green Bay playoff plunge is official and complete. Check it out on Twitter at ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee, on YouTube. We have the links in there as well. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust, and Kyle Wallace has his hand up.
Well, because we called it a plunge, but I never said I was plunging. I always said I was jumping in. And I would say I jumped in.
All right, you're annoying me.
I would say I jumped in. I won't say I jumped in.
A jumped in, I feel like, is even higher standard. That was not a jump.
Yeah,
that was
you
a
did.
jump.
That was a jump.
Kyle did high knees. He did high knees.
Those are jump.
Yeah, you high knees, and then you did like a kind of like a half squat, and then you turned back.
Half
Yeah.
squat?
Yeah, it was like more like an RDL, you know?
My body went down into the water. It was just the water was too shallow.
On Twitter at ESPN Milwaukee. Upon further review, the call in the water has been overturned. At ESPN, Kyle W. shoulders were never submerged in Lake Michigan. He did not complete the process of a playoff plunge. You can see that picture with dry shoulders on the t-shirt.
Oh, hell no. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Caught red-handed.
Oh, wow.
Caught red-handed.
I said that I told y'all I didn't get the show. I said I didn't get the show. I tried, though. Hey, get the screenshot of when you see me bending over. How about that one?
It looks just weird, to be honest. Let's just play over-under.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
It is Over Under on Kyle Brust and Nortman, where us three, we team up. We either butt heads and don't do well or come together and win. Chris Larson has a category with an over-under set, and Mike and Franklin is on the over. Appleman in the orchard is stuck on the other side. What up, Appleman? On the under. Chris, what is the category and what is the over-under?
All right, today's category is the top 10 NFL quarterbacks with the most playoff games played. The
active?
No, all time. Anybody. Active, retired players, whatever. The top 10 NFL quarterbacks with the most playoff games played in. And the over-under is set at 6.5.
Ha! This is going to be hard. I need football brains, guys, over there. Your history. You guys are older than me. That's just my excuse of saying you guys got to know the old stuff. All right. What's the over-under?
6.5.
That's a lot. All right. Here we go. Ready?
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Tom Brady, final answer.
Tom Brady, number 1 on the list with 48 career playoff games played in.
Peyton Manning, final answer.
Peyton Manning, number 2 on the list with 27 games played in the playoffs.
That's a major difference, by the way.
I know, that's insane from 1 to 2.
What
about Elway or Aikman?
I like Elway before Aikman. Played longer.
Elway. I'm kind of go Bradshaw, Kelly, Favre. I'm just trying to throw some names out there.
Let's get
Montana.
Let's get Elway. Elway final.
John Elway, number 6 on the list with 22 career playoff games played in.
I like.
You like? Do you?
The reason why I don't like Bradshaw is because they didn't play as many games back then.
What about Joe Montana?
Yeah, I think
Joe Montana
is going to be on that.
Joe Montana final.
Joe Montana, number 4 on the list with 23 career playoff games played.
Brett Favre has 20 career playoff games.
He has to. He played for so long.
Yeah, he played.
2 minutes.
Almost.
Favre's got to have 20.
And he had two runs to the Super Bowl as well.
Well, I already jumped in Lake Michigan, so I feel like I can put out a fire if the fire.
What about Favre? Do you want
I like Favre.
Brett Favre final.
Brett Favre, number 3 on the list with 24 career playoff games played in.
Okay.
All right,
so you
we
have
got
1,
5.
2, 3, 4, and number 6 on the list.
Okay, so Steve Young, Jim Kelly, obviously Aaron Rodgers as well.
What about like Roethlisberger?
Yeah, Roethlisberger. That may be a good guess.
Benjamin Roethlisberger final.
Before Rodgers? Okay.
Ben Roethlisberger, number 5 on the list with 23 career playoff games played in.
So we need one more.
So Pittsburgh, you got to think 19 straight winning seasons for Tomlin. That's a lot of playoff games right there.
Do you think Rodgers is on that list then or no?
I have Rodgers on my initial one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say Aaron Rodgers.
A-Rods for the win final.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, number 7 on the list with 22 career
Let's keep
playoff
going.
I mean, let's try and go for 10 for 10.
Jim Kelly might be on that list.
I think Jim Kelly's a good one.
I mean, they went to 4 straight.
straight.
Yeah. So he's probably around 16 playoff games.
I still think Bradshaw.
Jim Kelly final.
Jim Kelly probably has more than Bradshaw.
Jim Kelly final.
Wow. How many he have?
He has 17 career playoff games played in.
Oh.
All right, since we didn't get it, Chris, run off the top 10.
Right,
well, we won. Congratulations to Mike and Franklin for the belief in Kyle Bruston.
We didn't say
Norman.
Aikman, did we?
We did not.
Yes,
We didn't say Aikman. We didn't say Young.
So you had number 1 Tom Brady, 48 career playoff games played in. Peyton Manning, 27 career playoff games in, number 2. Brett Favre was 24 career playoff games in. He was number 3. Joe Montana was 4.
Joe Montana.
With 23 playoff games played in. Ben Roethlisberger also 23 playoff games played in, number 5. Number 6, John Elway, 22 career playoff games. Aaron Rodgers you had as well with 22 career playoff games in, number 7. Number 8, Steve Young with 22 career playoff games. Number 9 was Roger Staubach with 20 career playoff games.
Had Staubach on this list too.
And number 10, Terry Bradshaw with 19 career playoff games played in.
We could have ran this one.
I would say
good job.
I would say 7.5 would have been the right over under for this one.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Well, if we would have got that,
but yet you said it was going to be tough when I said it was over under 6.5.
Yeah, of course I am. I got to make sure I scare you into doing better lines.
We would have got all of these.
if after missing Kelly, I think we would have went Bradshaw,
Young, and then I had Staubach on my list.
I know, but you weren't vocal about it, so I act like you would have got it.
I would have said if we would have got to the pressure, I would have said I don't know Staubach.
Brady 48, number 1, Manning 27, number 2.
It's honestly
that's ridiculous.
Insane. It's kind of like the stat about how Saban has more first-round draft picks than losses at Alabama.
Wow,
that's. I can't get my head around that.
Wow.
So 44 first-round draft picks and what, like 30-something losses?
I think
28
like
losses?
20-something losses.
I guess you only lose 2 games, 3 games a year max.
Yeah, it's like a down year.
Yeah, terrible year for them. They only lost, 2 this year?
Yeah.
We jumped in Lake Michigan. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Do not go anywhere. Kyle Bruston Nortman. We did the Green Bay playoff plunge. Make sure you check that video out and let us know if you think Kyle's counts because he clearly didn't go underwater. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, hell no.
Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy here. Don't let the chilly weather end your golf season. X-Golf and American Family Field is open all year round. They've got innovative and accurate golf simulators, all overlooking left field at AmFam Field. Enjoy daily lunch specials or have an outing with your friends and take in X-Golf's full bar and food menus. X-Golf AmFam Field is even offering golf lessons by a PGA Pro. Everyone is welcome at X-Golf AmFam. Book your sim today, xgolfamfamfield.com. I'll see you out there.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Are you ready to start a meaningful career in healthcare? Are you looking for a job that fits your work-life balance? Become a certified direct care professional today and make life better for older adults or people with a disability. WIS Caregiver Careers makes it easy with free online training plus earn a $500 bonus. See your name on Wisconsin's Certified Direct Care Registry. Sign up today at wiscaregivercdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN. Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We jumped into Lake Michigan. For those who missed it, here is what it sounded like. I kind of went a little Anchorman on us. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're... Actually, I kind of felt those vibes from the get-go. Well done, Ben.
Good. Here.
Playoff Plunge!
Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
You ain't got no shirt on. Oh, hell no. That's Kyle Wallace. He's got an itch.
I do. My leg was itching during the break. I was going to say something to y'all, but I want y'all to judge me. Y'all ain't got no itches?
It's just because you're ashy right now. Don't put that on us.
It ain't because I'm ashy. It's because I got all the people's urine and feces and wastewater all on my body.
I think you're manifesting this.
Yeah,
you think it's there, and then your body starts feeling it.
How many gallons of water waste, untreated water waste, had spilled into the lake bin?
I don't know. I didn't read your stupid article.
Got microbes all over you.
I thank you, because I sure do. All of us do. I'm sitting here itching.
I hope something starts growing on me in my sleep tonight.
Could you argue that's good for your immune system, though?
My immune system is already immaculate, but I don't know if it can defeat human feces. I don't know about that.
If you can't go to your low sternum in Lake Michigan and walk out okay, maybe your immune system isn't.
Are you scared of your own shadow?
Absolutely not, but I'm scared of Lake Michigan. I've never legitimately lived here my entire life. I've been in there 0 times. You guys know I go on a boat quite often during the summertime. When the water When the water splashes on me, I'm like, ugh.
Kyle, God forbid you're out there, something happens and the ship starts to go down. What would you do in that moment?
I mean, I'm going to swim, and after I get done swimming and after I realize that I didn't die, I'm going to sit there and say, I need to take a shower because I feel disgusting.
I will say the shower felt unbelievable afterward.
I don't know why you guys acted like we just had mud on us. It was water.
I would prefer to have mud on us. At least I know that's natural from the earth.
There's a big difference between all the other Wisconsin lakes and Lake Michigan.
If we're being honest, it's natural.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I guess he's right.
The Packers play the Cowboys on Sunday, and I'm dead serious because I love a good challenge. And people are saying, hey, make sure you check the weather. Look, the backstroke might be calling my name if they beat the Cowboys. I'm just saying. I haven't committed, but I'm just saying.
What would it take for you to commit?
You guys?
Then you're not committed.
Pay me $500, I'll do it.
That's what it would take, $500. You see the weather next week?
Whatever. I'll survive. $500 will make me feel better.
I could source those.
Are you
funds.
thinking about that?
If you pay me I'll do it. Yeah, $500, I'll do it. You heard me right. I will plunge again next week for
Mark
$500.
that.
Mark it.
Because if they win, and I come up with 500 smackaroos,
500 United States dollars. None of this monopoly money, no game.
Could you imagine?
United States dollars,
baby. That's what I want.
What if it was in pennies?
No, sure, I can take it right to the bank. Just as long as you give me my money, $500, I'll do it. No,
but you have to go underneath the water.
I will not put my head in.
Then you're not getting $500.
Well, then I guess you on your own. You solo.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. I just can't believe you're turning down $500.
I'm not putting. Listen, $500 is not worth this face getting some type of bacteria infection on it. No.
If we get a bacteria infection, are you going to have you're going to feel bad for us? Or you're going to be like, we told you so?
I'm going to say, I told you so.
You're not going to feel bad at all?
You know, the water touched y'all lips today. I want you to know that the water touched them lips.
No, you did one of these things.
Probably went
You're
right in your mouth.
You go underwater and you blow it all out.
Yeah, because it's not going to go right back in. All right. Yeah, y'all drank Lake Michigan water today.
All right. So, Brad, you actually have NFL playoff experience. Kyle and I do not. So I feel like this question's more centered at you, even though I still have my opinions whether they're right or wrong. Do you expect these rookies to play well? Because I remember early in the Packer season, you talked about how, like, when you were a rookie, man, it's just like, wow, the pace of everything is just quicker. And that's, no offense, just in the special teams realm. I can't imagine what it's like for defensive backs, for wide receivers against, veterans who have been in this playoff situation. The Cowboys defense who have turned over a lot of teams. Al Harris, their defensive backs coach. Like, what do you expect from this Green Bay team knowing that they're the youngest team to make the playoffs ever?
Maybe this is where my take from earlier thought, because I felt like there was a concern that maybe they do get dominated, because I don't expect them to play well. I do think they're going to keep it close. I don't think they're going to get dominated, but I don't think you're going to see the Packer team that we've seen over this last 2 months. I think they're going to be okay, but don't expect them to play well. And for the record, when I came out and said, I think these guys are going to struggle with the adjustment into the NFL season, being young, they did struggle. They didn't know where to go. They were messing up routes. It clearly looked like they were overwhelmed, and then they started to get a feel for it. There's something about the playoff experience that just hits different. From my own playoff experience, my second year in the league, won the division with the Carolina Panthers, and we were good. We were a good team. We had 12 wins that year. We went and played a veteran playoff-based experienced team in the San Francisco 49ers. Same 49er team led by Jim Harbaugh, who went to the Super Bowl the year before. So they went in feeling like they've already been there, done that. And it was a semi-close game. Don't quote me on the score. I think it was like 24-10. But they were start to finish the better team. And by the way, if that's how the Packer game goes, I would say that's a win. No big deal. 24-10, they were clearly the better team start to finish. We looked outmatched. We looked unprepared for the speed. We looked unprepared for the physicality. And just the mental strain of one and done. I will say the expectations for that Panther team were greater than what the Packers' expectations are for today.
Because
this was not expected.
And you won the division,
We won the division, that's right. But the guys didn't play well. That is a trend that you see all across the league. Young teams that get playoff for the first time, or even guys, anybody for the playoffs for the first time, it rarely goes well. I don't expect this team to play well as they've been playing the last 2 months.
As a realistic individual that I believe that I am
you are not
every week, is that when you look at
you're
this game
absolutely not that. Can you at least be honest with yourself?
I think I'm very realistic. I tried to tell y'all were concerned about the Bears last week. I wasn't. I mean, that's all I need to say. Y'all were concerned about Justin Fields. I was not. And so I was being real. Y'all being
you want to play this game because I can have the powers that may be. You dig some archives up.
Y'all was being little skirty cats, and I was not. But let me tell you this, is that going into this week's game, you are absolutely right. The Green Bay Packers have no business winning a game like this with the inexperience that they have on their roster, with a team that has already made the playoffs, won playoff games, and has been a solid, consistent team all year, in the Dallas Cowboys playing at home, a place they have not lost at in 16 straight games. The Packers have no business winning this game. But when you think about the one guy that they have, and I know you talk about, rookies, and Jordan Love ain't no rookie. This ain't his first time being in a playoff game. Playing in a playoff game, yes, but being in a playoff game, absolutely not. But then on top of that, the one thing about Jordan Love is he has never wavered off his consistent emotions that he have, which is basically even keeled all the way throughout. That's what gives me confidence in Sunday's game, is that he's not going to go in like a Cam in the game where there might be jitters because there's some expectations behind this. Jordan Love in every single moment has stayed steady and stayed exactly the same, and I see no difference coming on Sunday. Why? It's because there's no real expectations. He's a human being. He understands that. He's going to go out there and play very free, and that's why we talked about house money, but he gives me confidence. But this being their first playoff game, and having to go to Dallas, and Dallas having so much to play for, it does make me concerned because they have no business winning this game.
I mean, this is the worst type of thing, but it's going to go two of which ways. The Cowboys are going to be the wagon that they've been on offense all season long, or they're going to be tight because they're going to feel the pressure because all of the pressure is on them. The same reason why everyone's calling in and everyone's talking about this team having house money in the Green Bay Packers. That is a dangerous thing for a young team. House money, playing with no pressure. I am fascinated in seeing how this game turns out at 3:30 on Sunday, because you have Mike McCarthy coaching for his job. You have Dak Prescott, who has not delivered in a big game for the Dallas Cowboys. You have an owner who, as soon as the clock strikes zero, and Jerry Jones will breathe down Mike McCarthy and let him know that, like, you see the news. Bill Belichick. I'm not saying it's a perfect fit, but, like, you guys, if you're an owner, your mind starts going, are they getting ahead of them? Is there too much going on there where it's simply, we have our guy Jordan Love. We won 2 games to make the playoffs. What do we got to lose? Let's go get it.
But the flip side of that is, when do you emotionally and mentally peak? I look at the Green Bay Packers. I don't know how you couldn't experience a peak of sorts, beating your rival, winning 3 straight to go to the playoffs. Again, something nobody thought you would do. I look at the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott famously did not wear the NFC East championship hat in any part during the ceremony by which they won the division, because they're focused.
Nothing to me.
I'm just saying, that's what their mindset is at. That's what their mindset is at, is that they're trying to, like, steadily the peak of their focus and their attention. It's hard to be a young team, to beat your rival, to get into the playoffs, a thrill on a major stage, and then to come back from that and do it again. It's just hard to do.
Listen, I'm not buying into the hat thing. If you ain't a champion yet, you just trying to put yourself in a mentality. That's all that is. That isn't
come at him, Kyle.
No, but it's not a I believe this. I'm hopeful for this. I hope that this happens. Pow! But I do want to go back to something that Ben said. Do you guys really think that this is more about the Cowboys winning or losing this game versus the Packers actually having a chance to win? It's basically, are you saying it's based off the Cowboys? If the Cowboys will lose this game, the Packers won't win it.
I see where you're going there, but, like, I guess just to clarify, like, sure, I do believe that the Cowboys have shown more consistency over the year, that, like, their play is going to dictate more of the outcome of this game.
They're the better. They're the
if they
better
play the A game, they're going to win.
I truly.
They play the B game, they're likely going to win.
Yeah, it takes like a
I don't
C-.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really the Packers going in there and playing the best game they've ever played. I truly believe, as been for me when you were alluding to, the Dallas Cowboys, whether they play that A game or they play that C game, that's what it's going to be down to. I don't think the Packers go in there and take the game from the Dallas Cowboys. I believe the Dallas Cowboys will either win that game.
I'm saying it's absolutely based on the pressure that they feel. If they are not wearing the championship hat that they won the division with, and that, like, mentality carries over into the playoff game, and they're very businesslike, and they come out and turn over the Packers and have a great offensive output, then yeah, it wasn't meant to be for the Packers this year. And we still talk about this team heading into next year with so many great storylines about how Jordan Love's the guy. What are they going to do in the top 5 picks that they have in the top 5 picks in the top 75 in the NFL draft? What are they going to do with their free agency money, right? Like, those are conversations we can have, or we can be talking about how, like, look what they did. Look how Mike McCarthy and this team got tight. because who cares if they picked up a hat or didn't wear a hat or not? It all comes down to what Dallas Cowboy team shows up on Sunday.
Well, they choke.
If you play within 2 letter grades of the Dallas Cowboys, I think that's a success. If they have their A game and you have your C game, I think it's close enough where you say, okay, that's pretty good. If they play their B game and you play their D game, you're getting close. But if they bring their A game and the Packers have a D or F game, that's going to be ugly. That's the scenario where I look at and say that feels like a loss. Even though the season's great, you can't take that away.
I don't like Brad's energy. It feels like last week. That could be a good thing for us.
Getting it out of the way.
It could be, because when he has been pessimistic, it led to good things for the Packers. He was pessimistic against the Vikings. He was pessimistic against the Bears. And you know what? We'll take
worked.
3 times in a row, baby.
It worked. Just like the Princeton Club works. For me, for you, and for anyone that you know. Because they have the lowest rates of the year in January, and all it takes is some courage, right? It could be me talking to you right now. Do you have the courage to get a tour of their facilities to see what they can offer you, because they have something for everybody? And not to mention, when you are a member at the Princeton Club, you have free childcare with your membership. You are open 24/7 to go work out whenever you please. So start investing in your health, because once you find that, you're not going to leave it. Trust me, they have too much to offer. It's too great of an environment, and you just need the courage to take that step to find your better tomorrow. So check out the Madison locations. Check out New Berlin. The Princeton Club has changed my life, and it can help change yours for a better tomorrow. Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch. He joins us next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
Did you play cans as a kid?
Cans?
Stop playing. Y'all know what cans is? Y'all know what cans is?
Can you say what cans is,
so y'all never took a basketball. You never had, have a soda or something like that. You crush the can, and then you put it on the ground, and then you walk about 10 feet the other direction, crush that can, put it in the ground, and you take a ball, and you try to hit the can with the ball.
That sounds like a horrible game.
I don't even worry about it after 5 minutes.
Don't be culturally insensitive.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43. It's going to be a slow one from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive to Locust. Northbound slowing from just north of Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keith. Westbound 94, a little heavy, 27th Street through to about Mitchell Boulevard. And then southbound on 41, backing up from just south of Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Cloudy, snow mixed near the lake. Develops early for Friday morning, a low of 29. And then Friday, the big blizzard. Very windy with mixed to heavy snow near blizzard conditions by the evening, a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
Good morning, Tausch. How are you? Old T's I'm not feeling 100%. Tummy ache.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
No, I think with all that little stuff that's going around, and I'm going to grind.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. The Golden Eagles dropped their second straight, falling to Butler 69-62 at Fiserv Forum. MU held a 7-point halftime lead, but were outscored 41-27 in the second half by the Bulldogs. Junior guard Cam Jones scored a game-high 20 points to become the 51st player in program history to reach 1,000 career points.
Gives into the corner, Cam Jones, open three. Say it! You see that? Body language, he said, finally.
Number 11 Marquette looks to bounce back Monday afternoon against Villanova back at Fiserv Forum.
For insurance made simple, look no further than Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. If you want benefits that encourage regular preventative care, savings when you need more than a checkup, quick service, and access to the largest provider networks. Who can you rely on? There's one simple answer. Definitely Delta Dental and Delta Vision. Call Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
A jewelry store can be a pretty scary place. It's full of diamonds and gold, and sometimes the salespeople can make you feel like you really don't belong.
Who wants to feel like that? Buying a diamond should be one of the happiest and most exciting moments of your life, and we promise to make it that way for you. Cross my heart. No matter your age, how you're dressed, or how much money you have, You're going to have a magical experience when you come to Kessler's.
You're going to see the largest selection of diamond engagement rings in one place at one time than you've ever seen in your life.
Looking at rings is a wonderful way to spend time together. And when you find the ring you know is the one, but cash might be a little tight, we've got fantastic financing available and we'll work hard to get you approved.
We're on your side. Kessler's is always on your side. We're 8 stores strong with 6 locations in Wisconsin and 2 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We'd be thrilled to have you stop in and see what we're all about.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by Great Clips. Scan the QR code at participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. Terms apply. Scan QR code in salon for details. Coming to Fiserv Forum January 20th and 21st.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you. And every Saturday night that you ain't keep my tears blue. And these blinding lights, they shine so bright like we're on the moon.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm Ben Brust, next to Kyle Wallace, next to Brad Nortman, Chris Larson running the show. We paid our debt. I don't even think it's a debt. We
stayed true to our word.
Yeah,
we stayed true to our word. Everyone except Kyle Wallace.
Paid off our stupidity. Listen, I'm standing on it. I believe what I did was enough. It sufficed. I said I was jumping in.
That is not the consensus on YouTube or Twitter or the text line or the call.
Hell no.
But joining us now, because he could be a voice of reason as he usually is Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch, which you can hear 9 to noon, Monday through Friday across these various stations. Check them out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Jason, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys, more importantly?
We're great. We're great.
Better
Jason.
now.
Did you have a chance to check out the video on ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter?
I have not. I've been talking to LaFleur and in the locker room, so I have not gotten to see the I assume that the shrinkage is not something that anybody gets to see that you experienced, right? That's going to be in like the OnlyFans version.
Jason, to be very honest, it was so cold outside, that was already done before we went in.
That's probably true. It actually was something I wasn't even thinking about. I was just
the least of my concerns in the moment.
Yes, that is very true. Brad Nortman and I, Jason, we went under all the way. Kyle did up to his shoulders, but didn't
chest.
Upper chest. Like, is it considered a plunge if you don't go all the way in?
Yep. I'm going to give it to him.
Thank you. That's why Jason's my guy. Jason, if you watch the video, you see I put in a wholehearted effort to try to go. I ran further than they did.
After review, the ruling on the field stands, according to Jason Wilde.
Well, I haven't actually broken down the film of it, so
yeah,
maybe
you know what?
Let's
let you break down the film a little bit before we get to that. Now we have somebody on this program that has NFL playoff experience, and obviously it's not me or Kyle or Chris or who's ever running the board in Madison. And when it comes to Brad Nortman's thoughts and feelings, he doesn't expect a lot from a team this young in the playoffs, despite everything that they've done that has been impressive. What's your vibe?
Yeah, I think he's probably right. I think usually a good rule of thumb is what Brad Nortman thinks is usually probably pretty well informed and pretty smart.
I mean, Jason, if you saw how much he prepared for the plunge, or excuse me, Lexi prepared for this plunge, it was amazing.
Oh, she had me. I felt so safe with what Lexi prepared me for. 6 towels.
Wait a minute. What does that mean?
Well, so I had an entire tote bag. I had 6 towels. Lexi had boiled water, put it in a big ol' Yeti container, and we had tea ready to distribute to the guys to warm up their bodies. Had a bag for my dirty clothes, for my wet clothes. Had another set of clothes ready to roll. I mean, I just felt so prepared and so ready. She'd put out my jacket, put out my winter hat, put out my gloves. I just needed to show up. I was equipped. I was like a player. Lexi coached me, and I felt so ready to go in there. Coach and equip me. It's a good wife.
Wow, I don't want to get too far into your personal life,
But sounds pretty good.
Sounds like she's going to be an outstanding mom someday, since she
will.
is about as organized as you could possibly be.
I just can't wait till she stops taking care of him and takes care of somebody else.
Hey, wait a minute. That doesn't happen.
No wonder why you've been waiting so damn long.
Fair. Jason, but yeah, I was thinking when I looked at this game, but my own playoff experience was our first go around at it. Man, we won the division. We played a playoff experienced San Francisco team, and they just looked like they'd been there before. They were so ahead of the game. We were completely ill-prepared. It set up for future success, but I just don't expect this team to do well. Additionally, I think they're going to keep it relatively close, but if they get steamrolled from start to finish, I don't think they're playing with house money. I think this is not a no-lose situation. That would be a sobering reality, how far away they would be. Do you agree with that?
It would certainly be sobering, right? I mean, but lots of 7 seeds since they expanded have experienced similar results. I still think that it's just so good for their development, because even if it's just getting that out of the way, right? Like getting that first experience out of the way, and then it's a lesson too for next year, right? Because I think we all expect them, after what they were able to do this year, to parlay that into a better regular season record, another playoff berth, and you would think better performance. Like, obviously in 2009, the Packers didn't get run out of the gym by at Arizona, but they were going against Kurt Warner, who obviously was extremely experienced at that point, had been an NFL MVP, had won a Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers was making his first playoff start, and he threw a pick on his first playoff pass. Like, I think there's value in getting that out of your system, even if you get boat raced. I don't think they're going to get boat raced either, but they can lose that game by 17 points. I don't think that that's out of the realm of possibility. I don't think they're going to get beat 40-10, but yeah, I think that there's the possibility of them taking it on the chin pretty good. I think there's still a path for them to win too. I think they have to be really fortunate, and their defense has to play better than I think it's capable of. But look, I just think any experience is valuable, even if it ends up being a negative one in terms of the outcome. I just feel like when you've got so many guys who had never even played in the NFL before, and then all of your second-year players have never played in the playoffs, right, in addition to all your rookies. So I just think getting that experience would be helpful, even if the outcome isn't great. But obviously, no, these guys are all competitors, just like you were. Like, you don't want to go out there and get embarrassed, or you don't want to lose. You don't care that it's quote-unquote house money. When we have that conversation, the players aren't looking at it that way. The players are saying, hey, we're in the dance. We're going to do some damage, right? You guys are wired to be confident and to be competitive, and I fully expect them to have that same mentality.
Do you feel, Jason, we're speaking with Jason Wilde. You can hear Jason Wilde every weekday on Wilde in House, 9 a.m. to noon on ESPN. Wisconsin.
I can tell you. Kyle's still recovering. Yeah,
I wanted to.
You can hear Jason Wilde with Mark Tauscher on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations.
You know what? You can't be on your A game every single time. But Jason, I did have a question about the overall locker room vibe and with these guys. You just talked about how it was a young team who really wants to go out there and win. I mean, is there a feel that Jordan Love going into this game will just stay the same Jay Love, and the teammates around him feel confident in Jay Love to be successful this weekend?
No, I definitely think he's going to stay the same. I mean, I don't know if there's a guy that, and it was interesting, we got talking yesterday about how even-keeled he is and how that's one of the defining kind of characteristics he has. And I asked him, is that, don't take this the wrong way, but is that just how you are, or do you have to kind of consciously make sure that you're staying that way? And it was really interesting to hear him talk about it, because basically he said, I talk to myself on the sideline all the time. If I make a bad throw or an interception, I do have to calm myself down. It's not just like I'm always just calm. And I thought that was really interesting, that he's self-aware enough to know that even though that may be his baseline, that there are times where he has to remind himself to get back to that baseline. I just thought that was a pretty intriguing view and a lot of self-awareness for a guy who obviously this is year 4 being in the league, but obviously his first year as the starter. That's a lot of self-awareness for a guy who hasn't been in most of these situations before.
Outside the Super Bowl with the Packers, is this Mike McCarthy's second biggest game as a coach?
No. I mean, the Seattle NFC Championship game was, they were 15-1 playing at home against the Giants in 2011.
I guess maybe from that standpoint, yes. The wording of the question didn't get to the point I'm trying to make. Like, the pressure's on Mike McCarthy. I mean, if he loses this game, he could potentially lose his job.
That's true. He could. There's definitely pressure on him, but I feel like all these games are pressure, right? Like 2016, I think we all kind of knew that Atlanta was a better team, and the Packers had gone on this 8-game run to get to the NFC Championship game. But I mean, it was so bad. They had Ladarius Gunter trying to cover, and in his prime, Julio Jones. By the end of the game, they had so many injuries that they had LaTroy Guion, a defensive tackle, playing guard. So that, that game, he wasn't going anywhere. They got to an NFC Championship game nobody expected him to. And then the next 2 years, they missed the playoffs. The 17 season, I would have loved to have seen what that team would have done with Rodgers being healthy all year, because he was off to a really good start, and Devontae Adams had ascended into being a top-flight receiver. But look, he's had pressure on him before. He's had pressure on him in Dallas before. Do I think that Jerry Jones would happily turn on a dime and if they lost to the Packers on Sunday, call Bill Belichick and offer him the moon, the sun, and the stars to be the next Cowboys head coach? It would seem to be that would be consistent with Jerry Jones's personality. So, yes, there's pressure on them, but they're a really good team. And this idea that they're going to get really tight and play conservative or whatever else, they've been the best team in the league when they're playing at home. They've been really, really good at home. And I anticipate them, and I think Mike McCarthy has struck the right tone. Like, he acknowledged that he screwed up when he kind of let I'm going back to Green Bay and fed into all the storylines and answered all the reporters' questions. That was a mistake when he did that.
Why was that a mistake,
last
though?
year?
Do you think that just took the focus off the game or threw him off? Why would that be a mistake?
I think he felt like he let it affect him too, right? Like whether it was his focus or whatever else. Like he's making it damn sure that this doesn't have anything to do with them playing the team he used to coach. And he's been pretty adamant about that with the media. Again, I think the most important messaging is in your own locker room. And I think he probably felt like maybe he sent the wrong message to his team, talking so much about how much he loved Green Bay and how he's going to come back here to live when his career's over and all that other stuff. And he is not allowing that to seep into his locker room. And I think that's really smart. And I think that's indicative of a team that's going to really be primed at home. They know there's pressure on them. They work for Jerry Jones. Like, Jerry Jones, what did he get, 3 Super Bowls in 4 years when he first bought the team?
Mm-hmm.
And then 30 years later, he still hasn't won another one. They are acutely aware of how much pressure is on them, I am sure.
Well, listen to Jason tomorrow from 9 to noon. Hear him on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show, the Green Bay Game Day postgame show. He's everywhere. He's Jason Wilde. Thanks for joining us, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good. Warm up.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
That was a good add to his sign-off.
That was really good.
Take care. Be good.
That's why he's a professional, winning professional.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, we had a long day. We did this polar plunge.
I know what you're going to do, and it's smart.
I'm
smart
going to head
decision.
right home.
What do you mean we had
There's
this
a
long
snowstorm
day?
tomorrow. There's a lot to be stressed out about.
I mean, Brad did it. He had a drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snow.
Okay,
you say going to Lake Michigan and jumping in freezing cold water does not make for a long day. It makes for a long day.
It does. I know you got something for me.
And so when I'm going home, I'm going to put my keys down. I'm going to get into even more comfortable clothing than this, and I'm going to walk right downstairs to the Nortman fridge, and it's stocked full of Carbless, which is my favorite, my go-to drink. That's because Carbless has everything I'm looking for. It has no carbs, no sugars, only 100 calories per can, and there's no guilt. Guys, they found a way.
You see my man's body? jumping in the lake?
I did. I didn't want to notice it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it. I also saw it on video.
I saw a video. You do it.
Do you guys mean it?
Do you guys mean it?
You look like a former professional athlete.
I'm glad you said that because I did get a workout in this morning too before going there. I knew I was going to have to get that heart rate back up. That included upper body lift. I'm not trying to go back tonight, relax a little bit and then do something that I'm just going to totally detonate my workout. No, I found something that's my favorite in carbless. And it has no guilt because there's only 100 calories per can. Gluten-free. It has less carbonation, so there's less bloat. That's why I can look so awesome on the beach at Lake Michigan. I can look thin. I can look good. There's just no guilt when you're drinking carbless, but it doesn't stop there because it tastes unbelievable. You should try it for yourself. I mean, the raspberry, cranberry, pineapple, margarita, that's my favorite. I'm having a margarita tonight. Carbless has something for everyone, whether it be taste, how it makes you feel, and the fact that it's no carbs, no sugar, no gluten makes it my go-to premium, ready-to-drink cocktail. Check out Carbless for yourself and understand why less is more. And check them out online and find them at retailers near you.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman hit the take machine on the other side. Plus, there's someone on the line that wants to rip Kyle. I'm all for it. That's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
Yeah, let them do this. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair.
Need any more?
One? Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we go.
Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43 is backing up just a bit from about Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Locust, back on the brakes through the Marquette. On the northbound side, slowing down from just north of Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. Westbound 94, we've got delays from around 25th Street through the stadium. And southbound 43, riding the brakes, basically from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, cloudy with a snow mix near the lake, developing early tomorrow morning with a low of 29. Tomorrow, very windy with a mix of rain and snow near the lake to heavy snow near blizzard conditions by the evening, a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play Whistling Straits and other Pro Tour courses, whatever the weather is, in one of their 12 state-of-the-art simulators.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
I'm attorney David Gruber. You've heard our slogan thousands of times, but we are much more than just one call. We are one team, one community, one family, and we're the one law firm that can get you the results and compensation you deserve after a serious accident. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers defense will have their hands full with the Cowboys' high-powered offense this weekend. Quarterback Dak Prescott ranks second in the league in passer rating, while his top targets, CeeDee Lamb, is top 3 in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns in the NFL this season. Head coach Matt LaFleur knows what his team is up against.
It's extremely explosive. Dak's playing at a really high level. They got a really good offensive line. CD's a problem. They're scoring at a high rate. I just think a lot of it comes down to how well the quarterback's playing.
It's the Packers and Cowboys Sunday in the NFC wildcard round. Kickoff from AT&T Stadium is at 3:30.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Ready to conquer the Midwest's premier winter playground? Then start planning a visit to Granite Peak. With over 200 acres of skiable terrain, Granite Peak has something for everyone. From beginners to seasoned pros, park skiers to mogul fanatics, and everything in between. Soar to new heights on their state-of-the-art chairlifts and warm up in the cozy historic chalet with roaring fireplaces and stunning views. A legendary winter adventure begins at Granite Peak. Don't miss out. Visit skigranitepeak.com to book your winter vacation now, and for more information, Granite Peak. Legendary winters, legendary fun.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, a group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery. The pain was real and options were important. My experience with each doctor was thorough, the appointments were timely, always close and easy access to the building. My mom felt the same way, I know, when she went there for her physical therapy appointments at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I trusted their surgical team for my knee surgery, and I know they'll take care of you the way they did my mom and me. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
She telling me this and telling me that. You say once you take me with you, I never go back.
800-990-3776. You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman, who jumped into Lake Michigan for our Green Bay playoff plunge, or at least 2 out of 4 of us went under for a playoff plunge. I'm Ben Brust with Kyle Wallace, who didn't, with Brad Nortman, who did. Let's go to Jonathan Brust, the official delusional fan of the South.
Oh, the Bears fan.
Welcome in, Jonathan Brust.
You know, I'll continue to be delusional, and I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to next year. But, Kyle, I'm not kidding, bro. That was the most embarrassing moment. You looked like Prancer trying to fly Santa's sled and couldn't get off the ground because you didn't want to go under. That was ridiculously embarrassing for yourself. And I'm ashamed that I took you to a Badgers football game with me.
Powerful.
That I would even be, like, knowing you it's embarrassing.
Wow. Well, you know what? You know what embarrassing looks like because you watch an embarrassing franchise every single year. So you know what?
I'm delusional, so guess what? Next year I'm going to be good.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I do feel ashamed now because if the person who feels shame and embarrassment every single fall tells
felt
me...
that for you?
Yeah, felt that for me, then I absolutely, I understand that. So,
hey, Kyle, if you guys see the Cowboys and you jump in, I'll come up there and I will go full-blown into the water, and I know you probably wouldn't because you're too much of a sissy.
No, I'm smart. I'm not going full blown into the water like that. And of course, you'll be more than willing to jump in. You
later than me.
Yeah, raised this boy Big Brust. So obviously, you'd be more.
True or false, Jonathan? You jumped into a pond after making a closest to the pin golf tournament shot.
Yeah, and I also swam like 100 yards through this mucky water.
Okay,
because that's what normal people do when they make bets. They actually follow up on it.
I jumped into the lake. Can you just tell me this? Do you think Ben and Brad?
No, that was not jumping. That was prancing like Prancer.
It was high knees.
You were like a reindeer running, thinking you didn't need to go under.
I had to pick my legs up. I didn't want to trip over rocks. You got to pick the legs up, man. It's cold out there. The water
I saw Ben. Ben was full under. I saw Brad. He was full under. Not you. Come on, Kyle.
Tori's got
You're
age
better than
on
that.
I refuse to put
Thank
my
you,
whole
Jonathan
face
Brust.
in.
One of your better calls.
Wow, he came in really swinging.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
embarrassing knows embarrassing.
Yeah, he sure does. He sure does. I listen. Hey, I tried. I gave my best attempt.
No.
How far did y'all?
See, like I've tried to keep the peace today and like not get at Kyle because I'm happy he did it. But like when he says, I tried. The lake waters, it got feces in it. It smelled bad on the way.
Everything you're saying is factual. There is no lie. I don't know. I don't understand. I'm not lying about anything. And you watch the video. Go to ESPN.
Everyone has, and everyone's ruled you fraud.
Everyone has not ruled. There have been many people that said that I did enough.
That's because you're a Packer backer, and if they're a Packer backer, they got your back.
I gave an attempt. I did. I even bent over. I even went as far to try to squat down and bend over to try to get my shoulders in. In that moment,
just fall in.
Absolutely not. I'm not putting my head in there. Absolutely not. These dreads ain't free.
You've been baptized?
The picture?
I've been baptized. Baptism in my church ain't nothing but a little holy water on your forehead as a baby. That ain't, so I ain't never been dipped under. And if I was dipped under, it's the holy water, not the poopy water.
Yeah, and I'm sure they wouldn't elect to have it in 36-degree water either. I will say that the incriminating picture is the picture where you're dry from like the chest up. That's pretty incriminating.
I want a little credit.
Tough luck.
I told you all this.
Caught red-handed.
I said I don't think my shoulders got in. I didn't at the moment I didn't know it was freezing cold. I tried. I should get credit for trying.
Kyle, do you feel good about your efforts today?
I feel good.
You hear that?
Good. No, I feel good.
hell no.
I wish I could have got more in, but I wish I would have dipped more over. But I tried and I ran. I kept running. I didn't stop when y'all jumped in.
You did run.
I kept running to try to get in there. I really did. I was thinking about my life.
Congratulations, Kyle. I'm happy that you feel good about it.
I appreciate.
But I do want to get to the take machine before we go purely or solely to 94.5 ESPN. So we'll be back with the take machine, but I want to hear Kyle again being a real prancer, as Jonathan Bruss said.
Playoff Plunge! Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
How are you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing great. We just got out of the Packers locker room, and the whole time, Ben, I'm thinking, God, I just want to get out of here so I can go talk to those guys at 3:30. I'd like Jordan Love. Wrap this thing up. Let's get on with it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. We got the guy.
As Love is down the way for another big play. Pass to Wicks, and he finds the goal line. There's Love on 3rd and 1. Wants to go up top. Looks to the end zone. The pass is on the money for the touchdown.
Jordan Love leads the green and gold back to the postseason in his first year under center.
He's about the right. The guy just comes to work every day, has a great attitude, is one of the guys.
Talk playoff pack right here. 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Jason Wilding for Associated Bank. Here in Wisconsin, we love our sports year-round, right down to the Packers games and Lambeau Snow. If you want to show your love for the green and gold every day, you got it with Associated Bank's exclusive Packers checking account. A one-of-a-kind debit card, a 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop, plus everything you'll score as an Associated Bank customer. Best of all, you'll get a banking partner based right here in the Midwest. Visit AssociatedBank.com/Packers to get started today. You've got this with Associated Bank. Member FDIC.
Join us at Fiserv Forum as we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Sunday, January 14th. This annual MLK game presented by We Energies honors Dr. King's legacy and his spirit of community advocacy. Don't miss Milwaukee Bucks basketball in action and all the special things we have in store to honor Dr. King on Sunday, January 14th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit bucks.com/impact.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% now through Wednesday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings coupon is for all Fleet Rewards members, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional discount. Forget stamps or waiting for rebates. Enjoy 10% savings now through the 17th. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here to tell you about one of the best purchases I recently made, an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. It's an easy-to-install sauna that is great for a post-workout, travel, or long-day detoxification, and it has a rapid heat-up time. Using Good Health Saunas can also help reduce stress, improve circulation, and make your skin glow. Got an athlete in your family or just someone with an active lifestyle? Infrared saunas are perfect for muscle and tissue recovery as well. Learn more today at goodhealthsaunas.com, goodhealthsaunas.com.
There are many reasons to choose document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Chris McLean, co-owner of DBAT Brookfield, the baseball and softball training facility, had his reasons.
I think the biggest thing, the important things for me are effective communication and timely response.
James Imaging Systems, Kyocera copiers, Kyocera network printers, Kyocera color systems, and the James team that works with you to provide the business technology to help you thrive.
Honestly, Candy had a lot to do with it.
Candy, your James Imaging Systems sales representative.
Andy built great rapport with our general manager right out of the gate. It helps that they're a local business. We're a local business as well.
James Imaging Systems, effective communication and local responsiveness.
They're a partner. James Imaging is a partner, not a vendor.
Kia Sera from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
The special Milwaukee Auto Show Advanced Discount Ticket Offer has been extended to January 21st. Turns out a lot of people want to come to the auto show. Get your auto show tickets now at a big discount. Buy a single ticket, or how about a pair of tickets for date night? Or you can buy a family 4-pack and take everybody. They can see all the latest vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury cars, and much more. For advanced discount tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com. That's autoshowmilwaukee.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nordman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Hell no, ain't leaving me alone, girl. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl.
Kyle Brust and Nordman. I don't know. I like this song because I don't know why I like
This is what I was trying to do in the water. I was trying
Well, you didn't do it well.
I tried to drop
You
down.
didn't do it well, let me tell you that. We are presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light, which is making it easy for you to score a seat to Super Bowl 58. Chris, you want to just take the music off for this one? With the largest playoff and Super Bowl ticket giveaway ever. And when I say easy, it's really easy. All you have to do is go to your grocery store, go to wherever you get your beer, get your Bud Light, and upload proof of purchase, and you're entered to win. So look for the QR code on display because we're running out of games, and I'm sad about that. Football should be year-round. I mean, I know they're trying with these spring things, but the NFL is the best, which is why I love Bud Light and the chance for you to win a VIP experience in Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Please drink responsibly. Let's go to the take machine.
We've all got them. Sometimes they leave you with a good feeling.
You're incredible.
But most of the time they end up leaving you unsatisfied.
Do you have anything bigger?
This is the Take Machine on Kyle Brust and Nordman.
It is the Take Machine where we hear some takes about anything. It could be life, it could be sports, it could be anything, but it better be good. We don't know what the takes are. We curate them all across the office. Let's see what we have on the Take Machine.
Tea is for the weak. Just grow up and drink coffee.
Oh, that sounds like a direct shot.
That's a hard disagreement here. I do not follow that take at all. First of all, I like coffee. I like my coffee black, like you
like your.
No, I was gonna say like a red-blooded American.
I mean, I'm the man.
Not some macchiato or anything like that.
I drink my coffee as black as you, baby.
I love that, baby.
But wait, what about like tea at night? What about decaffeinated tea? What about if you just want a little bit of caffeine, you have some in the afternoon? Tea's got variety, it's got flavor, it's got something for everybody.
Tea stinks.
No, it doesn't. Tea's good.
Stinks.
You're drinking the wrong tea then.
No, I drink tea, but I never walk away. Like when I say I drink tea, like I'll drink it when I think I want to have it, and then I'm like, wait, this sucks. So coffee's the best. Coffee for life. Tea stinks.
Coffee's the best. Tea is like a very solid second option.
Move to Europe.
Yeah, honestly, but coffee is for losers, if you ask me.
Oh, that's a worse take.
Grow up and wake up, drink water, and be okay. You need coffee in order to live life. Please stop. Find your own energy. Find your own happiness. You don't need coffee to wake up. Tea is more healthy for you as well. So tea is a healthy option. So I don't drink tea, but I know it's a healthy option. So honestly, you should grow up from drinking coffee because coffee is only for the weak.
I love when the man boobs guy tells me how to be healthy.
I saw Brad's body and I also saw yours. I'm not complimenting your body. I'm complimenting his.
I'll let that slide.
Brad, whose body would you take, mine or Kyle's?
It's not even about that.
I'm not going there.
Exactly.
You want mine.
You want mine. I think both of you should be confident in both your bodies.
I'm confident.
I want to play with yours.
This take is really taking a turn.
Next take.
People who read nonfiction books are really weird. Like, why would you waste your time on that?
Wait, nonfiction books?
Nonfiction is
People who read nonfiction books are really weird. Like, why would you waste your time on that?
Fiction's the fake ones, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
So I wanted to make sure I heard that right. That
Come on, guys. I don't read books, but I know the damn difference.
I just wanted to confirm.
I know the
read books, so I wanted to
difference. I
confirm.
just wanted to make sure I didn't hear that wrong because that's a shocking take. I've heard the other take where it's like, why would you want to read something made up? Because if you're going to read, you might as well learn something. I have never heard anybody say you should, if you're going to read, why bother with the truth?
Yeah, read
That's
fantasy.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's an actual awful take because autobiographies are fantastic. I don't know why anybody, though I
The last book I read was a biography or autobiography, and so yes, this take stinks.
It does sting. Both make great movies. That's why I don't read books. I'd rather watch the movie.
Yeah,
Books are more engaging though.
No, how?
They are.
How?
How is
because
the book more
because it's an
engaging
active.
than a
There's more
movie?
details.
You have to actually invest in the book to be able to pull something out of it, and it creates a better experience.
How is a book more engaging than going to a theater in a cinema and hearing all the loud noises and watching the action take place?
Watching a
in
movie
front of
is
you?
passive. You just sit back and
Kyle,
let it just
Are you
hit
kidding
you.
Kyle,
me? I'd be suspenseful on the edge of my seat.
I
Reading is work.
love the Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
I have no desire to read the books, even though I know
you cannot call yourself a Harry Potter fan without reading.
it's
the
fine.
book.
Who are you, the Harry Potter police?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I
everyone
am.
who calls
I am.
me the Harry Potter fraud because I haven't read the books can bleep.
What do you mean the
You
book?
are a Harry
There's
Potter
no.
fraud.
The movie is based off the book.
But
Correct.
the book has so much more in it, so much more detail, so much more nuance.
Who cares? You guys talk about the Gryffindors and you dream. When you think of what's the evil guy?
Voldemort.
Voldemort. When you think of an image of Voldemort, what do you think of? When you think of an image of Harry Potter, what do you think of? You think of the dang actors. You don't think of the imaginary person you had in your brain when you first read the book.
I actually liked the imaginary version before the movie.
Well, it's ruined
'Cause
now.
It was me. It
It's
was
ruined.
my Harry
when
Potter.
when you talk about
Abracadabra.
yeah, exactly. You're not mimicking the
How
guy.
dare you say that?
The killing curse.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Killing curse on
Oh
air.
no.
Crucio. Next.
Not only did Dez catch it, but Jerry Kramer false started in the ice bowl. 10-second runoff, game over. Go check the tape.
That sounds like a Packer fan reaction type of.
That sounds like a hater.
Sounds like a hater to me.
Sounds like a hater. I mean, what is you? Who cares?
Sounds like, you know what? That sounds like a guy who went to see Marquette lose at home to Butler.
Or it sounds like a guy who roots for a team and they lose 4 consecutive Super Bowls in their prime.
It also sounds like a guy who lets people work from home when they can very clearly make it into the office.
That's a good part of that someone's character. Safety and understanding.
You got anything else?
Now I was going to say, sounds like a guy that has no home team.
Oh, wow. No Josh DiMaggio?
No Joshy this week, no.
Whoa! That's all I needed to hear.
That's a hot take in itself.
I talked to him. He said last week he called himself the Take Master, the Take Sensei. This take machine was started because of him. I went up to him in the office. I just let him know, hey, it's Thursday. You good? He goes, oh, I don't have anything yet, but I'll have it. I got it. Genius doesn't happen in 30 seconds.
Is that what you want to force it,
That's what he said.
Oh, and then he just didn't do
And then he didn't do it.
You want to force a take. You want it to come organically, come naturally, right?
You get him in the studio. Has he let us down yet?
He has never let me down personally. Whenever he's come in, he's always come with some gold. But maybe he just wasn't feeling it today.
So the takes today, I will give it a B-.
Yeah, the first one was actually they were bad. They're bad. I didn't believe in any of the takes.
Well, just because you don't believe them doesn't mean they're bad takes.
No, they were bad takes. I said what I said. How you gonna tell me what I said? What I said, and I believe what I said. They were bad takes. They took a shot at T. They took a shot at fiction books, and then they at the
nonfiction.
Nonfiction. See, I don't even know. That's how bad the take was. And the last take was just somebody trying to be a hater.
So
they were obscure.
Real quick, back to the fiction nonfiction thing. I hate how nonfiction is true because non means not, and you know what I mean. I feel like
you think it should be the other way around.
Yeah,
even
though I know it makes sense, right? Nonfiction, it's not a fantasy. It's actually true, but I just don't like that we do that. You kind of see where I'm going?
When you put the word non in front of something and it's actually true.
True. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron.
I feel like this is something that I thought about in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
It should be factual.
That's why I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What about
are you smarter than?
factual and fiction? Or factual and non-factual?
Factual and fiction sounds good.
You guys are trying to change the English language.
No, we're just trying to make it better on everyone and not confuse fifth graders like ourselves growing up.
Yeah, I just roll with it. I didn't read it, so it didn't matter to me.
Rutledge and Hamilton up next in Madison from 4 to 6. Tori Lowe, who has an excuse for not going under in our Green Bay playoff plunge, joins us next in 2 minutes at 94.5 ESPN and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. See you in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, sell out with me tonight.
We got some backups on westbound 94 coming out of the 25th Street area all the way past Stadium Interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound on 43, backing up from before Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust, back on the brakes through the Marquette. And the northbound side slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way to Keefe. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, cloudy and with snow mix near the lake, developing early Friday morning, a low of 29. Then tomorrow, very windy with a mix to heavy snow, near blizzard conditions by the evening, a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Check out our brand new Hyundai dealership, one of the largest in the Midwest.
Step inside of our state-of-the-art showroom where you can view our new Hyundai models and some of our finest certified pre-owned.
We've also expanded our service center, staffed by our factory-certified technicians.
And right next door, we've started construction on our all-new Genesis of Waukesha dealership.
But we're not just building walls, we're building careers.
So if you're looking for a career with great benefits and opportunity for growth, Boucher is the place for you.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN. Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We them boys. Holla, we them boys. Holla, we making noise. Holla.
You ain't got no shirt on. You ain't got no shirt on.
Playoff
Plunge! Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on. Oh, hell no.
It's the 414 hour at 4. Post jumping into Lake Michigan on KBN.
You ain't got no shirt on.
Oh, hell no. Yes, it is Kyle Bruston Norman.
Hell no.
94.5 ESPN. We did jump in Lake Michigan. We fulfilled our destiny. We kept the frequency high. Ben Brust here alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and the man himself, the guy. Oh, wow. Hey.
Wow. Hey.
Powerful.
Hey, how y'all doing?
That's Tori Lowe. It's a Tori Lowe Thursday. How are you, Tori? You went in the lake with us.
Hey, look, it was powerful.
It was powerful.
It was powerful.
Was it powerful? It was powerful for me, Brad, and Tori.
Well, yeah.
Kyle didn't go all the way under, so we're very disappointed.
Oh, wait a minute. Tori didn't go in under.
Tori's got age.
But we gave
Tori's got age on
We gave our best effort, did we not, Tori? We ran further
we
than
went
them.
way in there.
Yeah, we were trying to go deeper.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
We didn't know where the cliff was.
That's
so we
thank
ran
you,
all the way.
Tori.
We went so far out there. What if we would have went?
That's what that. Oh, we gonna save you. We gonna come. That's what I said.
Oh my God.
We kept.
I didn't think about it until after it was all done.
I mean, I would have saved you.
I believe you.
I would.
I believe you to try. I believe you. I can see you coming.
Can you
to the
swim?
race. I can swim, but if it's cold,
That's what I'm saying. If you could at least stay up where we could see you,
Yeah.
I'd be able to get you
arm in the air,
or some splashes.
Yeah, arm in the air in 15 feet water when we both under 5'11". Okay, yeah, it would have been the biggest tragedy.
Brad, I love when they talk about this cliff. When they're in water, as if they would have just fallen down. You're in water.
We're in water.
We don't
Hey, look,
know.
when I was in swim class in high school, I went straight down.
Yep. Because it goes from
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best person to save you because before high school,
Wait a minute.
Golden Guppies was the first level of swim lessons in first grade.
You didn't fail.
Oh, I failed.
Oh, no.
Because
Guppies?
the first level in Golden Guppies was you had to float, and I'm so dense that I can't float.
Oh, don't blame it on the density.
No,
come on.
No, I'm so dude.
I'm so.
You can ask my
ridiculous.
parents had to convince the instructors to pass me so I could go to Underwater Explorers.
That sounds like they're just trying to have your back, but they're like, Ben can't do it. Let's just make something up.
No, I can't float. Some people can't float.
Some people can't float.
Yeah, this non-buoyant individual gonna try to come save me.
No, that's the thing. I can swim. I'm strong. I can go underneath there. I'm an underwater explorer. I would have been under, and then I would have brought you up to life.
So Ben would wait until you go down.
Thank God we stopped.
Right.
Yeah. Ben waits until you drowned, fully submerged, then he'll come get you. That's when his talents really hit.
Yeah, by the time y'all find out that me and Tori was missing, we would have been gone. Tori, do you think we did a good enough job today?
Oh, yeah, we did a wonderful job.
Why you don't have to put
let me tell you, it ain't a lot of
Kyle's trying. Hey, Tori, stay with me. Kyle's trying to escape here.
I'm not trying to escape.
I know you're going to say a lot of brothers don't go in the cold water. But Kyle is 33-something years old, and he is young enough and can handle the to go under the water.
Tori, I tried.
You're an old soul, Tori.
Tori, did I not try to dig my arm? Did I not? I dropped down. Did I not?
He did a half squat.
It was a half squat.
He kind of squatted in there.
I tried to. How long you want me to squat for? Now the water was cold. I didn't know.
I'm gonna show Tori a picture, and I'll let you go right now.
I was actually worse than Kyle. I did a splash. I did a squat splash on my shirt.
Yeah, at least again, this is the picture of him coming out of the water.
There's water on my shoulder.
Tori, please describe to Kyle Brooks and Nortman Nation what you see in this picture.
Where's the water?
The water stops right above the ESPN logo on the shirt.
I rode my breastplate. I tried.
Does it really look like he squatted?
Shoulders.
He
looked like he squatted.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he looked like he's just trying to get the heck out of there.
Yeah, he didn't plunge, did he?
I was not plunging. I told you I wasn't plunging.
You know, it was understood that I wasn't going all the way under.
It was understood that too.
That was a part of my negotiations.
Yes, it wasn't part of Kyle's.
Oh, yes, it was.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what Kyle. If you negotiated.
Tori, you know what I negotiated.
Kyle said he wasn't going under.
I sure did.
That's what I heard.
Me and Tori said our hair is too luscious for us to be going in.
I just got my braids in.
Chef Ed chimes in because I do want to make sure this happens as we're in the 414 hour. Ben, poor Marquette. Did somebody pay up on that bet yet? Yes, Jan Latta of 94.5 ESPN's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You have to stand outside the Al McGuire Center with my Badgers jersey that's in the office here. Please pay up because we paid up today.
Right.
We paid up today. So please pay up.
Willingly. In less than a week.
Tori, what would it take for you to do that again? Would it be a Packers Super Bowl? Would it be some sort of financial
what would it be for you to go under the water? Packer
For
Super
me to
Bowl?
go all the way in?
Packer Super Bowl?
Like this year. We're not saying like ever.
Hey,
Tori,
is somebody gonna pay for my braids?
Tori,
Wait a minute.
I wasn't here the last time you got to ask this question. I want you to think this fully through now, my brother.
All right.
Think it through. You ain't got to make
not
no
a trap.
rush
This is a
decision.
pure question.
It's just a conversation, Kyle.
Right,
Take it easy.
I'll say this. If the Packers go to the Super Bowl.
Say win it.
You can say win.
No, I'll say go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, powerful.
Because we would have to jump in, to get the energy up to win the Super Bowl.
So I like that because we did jump in for them making the playoffs, and I feel like we did this on a Thursday leading into a Friday, close to the game. We're all about the frequency
Keeping
here.
the frequency
it's the
high.
Tory Low frequency module for the Green Bay Packers.
So
if
you
that
have to do it
frequency is
before-
low, that's not good. The frequency is high right now outside of Kyle. I'm not gonna lie. If the Packers don't win, it's a lot of Kyle right now. I'm putting it on.
No. Matt LaFleur don't even like Ben, so this ain't got nothing to do with the frequency.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur doesn't like a guy who helped raise $40,000 for charity. Jumped in because he did a phenomenal job coaching this young team, leading this team as the head coach to being the youngest team to make the playoffs in the NFL.
Wow! Through your sacrifice.
No, I'd like to have a conversation with Mr. LaFleur if the time is right.
Don't forget what happened in August, and also don't forget the nonsense of this Matty Mouse voice that you created. You created it. So if you think for a second and you put the right frequency in the air, you're the reason why
I retired Matty Mouse.
The reason why we're jumped in today is because you did not believe in the Green Bay Packers. You didn't think this was possible.
All right. So they were 4-6.
You ain't part of the
frequency.
They
were 4-6.
But you tried to say this is part of frequency this, frequency that. No, you weren't part of the frequency, Ben. This was an anti-Ben type thing. This was your punishment for not trusting in
the frequency is all about the love, too. So, like, if he truly repented, he
Tori, you've heard it.
Wait, I'm going to ask Brad.
Okay.
Do you think he's made a complete turnaround?
Yeah. Brad,
do you think Ben is being sincere?
Regarding the Green Bay Packers, Matt LaFleur?
The Packers, the whole, all of that.
I actually think he's authentic.
Oh,
I do. In his praise for Jordan Love.
Lost to the Giants, and then they lost again the week after that against the Buccaneers. And he brought the Matty Mouse back out.
But Kyle, think about how far.
He brought it back out.
Kyle told me to do it. Kyle told me to do it.
Game. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Think about how far he's come, though, with Jordan Love. Remember, you and I, we're sitting here, we're all eating the cookie, right? But Ben was like, he ate the cookie, but figuratively, I'm not taking the bite. I got to see more. I'm not sure he's the guy. You have fully come around on Jordan Love. That matters.
He bought in the Jordan Love when the Packers started winning, and then
That's not true.
Then he created a great cause. Once he created a great cause for guarding against cancer and touchdowns for Love. Once he created that, then he fully bought
I didn't do touchdowns for Dillon. I didn't do touchdowns for Dobbs. I did touchdowns for Love.
Yeah.
And guess what? Jordan Love has 30-plus touchdowns on this year. It's not jumping on a bandwagon. It's identifying when you know that you're wrong and you believe in something that can actually do something for the team that you watch every single week and for the people around you at guarding against cancer.
I'm not buying it. He might be on a Love train now, but he ain't on the floor train.
Because Kyle didn't go all the way in for the polar plunge, he's turning this on me as I'm anti-Packers, except he didn't actually fulfill his
job. We did it because you didn't believe it. Play the clip. Play the clip. He acted like we jumped in as a celebration. No, we jumped in because you did not believe.
I want to play the clip if I have a second chance. So my favorite part is when the Packers were 2-5, Kyle wanted draft picks.
I sure did.
And so to hold it against me and act all high and mighty and righteous right now. If they make the playoffs, I will jump in Lake Michigan. There it is. I didn't believe, but guess what? They made me a believer, and sometimes you can be wrong and still not believe. Sometimes you can be wrong and then start to believe.
You know, I think where the turning point was?
What was the turning point?
You know, what do we know about Ben? He's a passionate sports gambler. And who are your favorite teams, Ben? The ones you bet on.
My favorite team I bet on.
That's right. When did you guys place that Matt LaFleur bet?
Ooh, yeah, we're at X-Gold.
Right before.
I feel like that was right before this run started.
It was right when I said I'd jump in to make the playoffs.
I feel like Ben had a turning of the heart.
It was before the Chiefs and Lions game. Remember, that is when we did it because we were like, if we're going to do it, let's do it now.
Yeah, but
I feel
actually, no, it was the week after. It was after the Lions.
After the Lions game. So I felt like in that moment, it was like the Grinch's heart grew. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where he had a transformation. I thought you were the Grinch, but you had a transformation. But he put that $10 toward that ticket, and something changed in Ben Bruss.
Yeah, lost another bet.
I lost $110 due to Ben Bruss in 2023. Hopefully, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, that's a resolution right there.
Lake Michigan, which I did enjoy.
No more money.
And I lost $110 due to Ben Bruss.
Well, one's in 2024, which you enjoyed, and the rest were in 2023.
Okay, we'll see. Hopefully, it's a brighter 2024.
I don't like his vibe. See what I'm saying, Tori?
Hey,
as the resident frequency module guy, how do you feel what's going on here?
I'll say this. This is normal. This is normal. When
Tensions get high close to playoffs.
Everything goes up. You know, all the tension, all the energy, it goes up, and this is normal. It's the brotherhood. Brothers have these disagreements, but at the end, we all want to see the Packers win.
He's trying to drag me through
Stop.
the mud.
Look at the
He's trying to
finger point.
drag me through KB.
Look at the finger point.
Tori, I want you to do it. I want everybody
That is a
listening.
direct finger point at that.
Tori, I want you to go to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and I want you to see how he has tried to drag my. He called me a fraud. He didn't say what. He called me a fraud on YouTube. He's trying to get a groundswell. He's trying to get a groundswell support, and people will be against me, and that's all it is.
I
Absolutely.
got to throw the challenge flag on this.
I'm
I
telling you,
wasn't
Tori.
around for all of that.
I'm telling you, Tori. He tried to turn KBN Nation against me.
Have you ever heard someone act like such a baby in your life?
Hey,
He's such a victim.
look, I'm gonna tell you this.
Look what he did to me.
Do we give Kyle Wallace any credit though for bringing the energy, the excitement? That reaction was pretty good of us going into Lake Michigan. Play it again, Chris. Of the whole, you're taking your shirt off. Like I mean,
Oh, we going in? Oh, you ain't got no shirt on? Oh, hell no.
I mean, that's got to account for something. That level of reaction has got to account for
But it's
something.
the fact that he went in
Thank
the
you,
water.
Chris.
Thank you.
It's credit.
And I ran and listen, Tori,
It's credit.
Tori, tell me this. What was your reaction when you went in the water and you think you're gonna try to run deep in, and you see these two dudes just flop in? Were you like, wait, what's going on? Were you confused? Like I
I'm just a little confused, but at the
They
same
didn't tell us
time,
the plan.
I
wait a
was
minute.
like, I was a little confused because we were the only ones still running, and I was like,
But also, if you guys were so scared of this imaginary cliff that you've put in your head, why would you keep on running?
We
and not
didn't
just
know.
go
We
in?
got-
we were
it was cold. When you get cold, you make mistakes.
right.
Hey.
You're already nervous.
You
it's
stop
windy.
thinking.
You
Honestly,
stop thinking.
you really stop thinking.
Yeah, I mean, when I was on my back, I was like, oh gosh, I guess you just got to turn over and go under.
In survival mode. That's all we're trying to do.
Tory
survive.
Lowe on a Tory Lowe
Oh,
Thursday.
wow.
We got a song to take us out today. What do you got?
You know, classic Ice Ice Baby.
Oh, good choice, Tori.
Hey,
Top.
Choice.
it was something monumental. I can check this off my bucket list.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Do you feel good about it? Are you happy about it?
I'm happy we got through it. I'm actually like, I saw this for a lot of years of my life, the polar bear plunge. But then we did this Packer plunge for a great reason.
The Packers and cancer.
It's all about love.
The last word goes to Tory Lowe.
I'll say this. I think the frequency is high. I'm picking the Packers to beat the Cowboys.
You heard it here first. Forrest. You heard it here first. Kyle Wallace
That
can't
tongue's
make
still
his
cold.
decision.
That tongue's still cold.
My feet still thawing out.
Told you. This man is almost 50. Y'all better check on him.
He's like a chicken that I took out of the freezer
Actually,
this
the
morning.
cold water is good for your heart.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is pretty medicinal. Medicinal.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's work on speaking the rest of this hour. We'll be back. Kyle Bruston Nortman. We got Brian Balaga later. KBN Academy. Plus, Brad Nortman doesn't believe that being the youngest team in the NFL is going to yield great results on Sunday. We'll see. Coming up next.
When I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped-up tempo, I'm on a roll. It's time to go solo.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman.
So I'll say that, man. Mark Chmura, every time I see him in the morning, get my coffee, I walk right by here and I look at him, I'm like, man, that's a handsome dude.
So I'm gonna cull up with him too, huh?
I'd love to. I feel like I'd fit right in. You know, he's 6'6", you know, I'd be the little spoon with you.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We got some backups on westbound 94 coming out of the 25th Street area all the way past Stadium Interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound on 43 backing up from before Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust, back on the brakes through the Marquette. And the northbound side slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way to Keefe. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, cloudy and with snow mix near the lake, developing early Friday morning, a low of 29. Then tomorrow, very windy with a mix to heavy snow, near blizzard conditions by the evening, a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
What the hell happened to Bucky on your hat?
Football guy.
A lot of wear and tear for old B.
Coming at it from different views.
I'm just saying he's well worn. I mean, his face is missing.
Okay, well, it's probably time for me to freshen that up. Bucky wants to flip you off right now.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
Kessler's gives you diamond choices that no one else can give you.
We have all the colors and clarities and carat weights of diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers, newborn created diamonds.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Tell them what an anniversary diamond is, Monica.
An anniversary diamond can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
Every diamond makes a statement.
Okay.
The anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
Now tell them about our miraculous no small print warranty.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate.
We've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The green and gold and playoff football. Are you going to be ready come game time? HD TVs in every room. Check. Green and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, cheesehead. Check, check, check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your own personal playoff party. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your personal playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's in your eyes, day and night.
Forward Healthy Lifestyles is an amazing place, but you need to make sure you don't just listen to how I'm talking about how they've changed my life. You need to experience for yourself because they have so much to offer. And for me, it was a blood draw. But again, the biggest thing that you need to know is with those testosterone and, you have regenerative medicine therapies. Testosterone's a huge part of our lives. And I'm telling you, it doesn't mean you have to have less energy. It doesn't mean you have to have less muscle, less endurance, less sex. If you go see Lindsay's team, I'm telling you, it starts with the consultation. ForwardHealthyLifestyles.com. See how they can help you with their testosterone. I'm telling you, optimize your hormone levels. And when you do that, you're going to feel more energy. You're going to feel more in your life. And so all it takes, ForwardHealthyLifestyles.com. Tell them ESPN sent you because it has been amazing for me and it will be amazing for you. ForwardHealthyLifestyles.com. Kyle Bruston Nortman across 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam 800-990-3776. That is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. We're also streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. It's a big day for our show. We fulfilled our destiny. We jumped in Lake Michigan. The Green Bay Packers playoff plunge has been completed. Shout out to Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, and all 53 of the Green Bay Packers who made it happen. I guess not 53 because we've had guys IR. We signed Bo Melton. Shout out to everyone involved. Now, Brad, heading into this game, you are our resident NFL playoff experience member of the show. I'm a close second. Kyle's a close third. That being said, the Packers are not playing with house money, in your opinion, even though I believe they are, and so many others do. You tell me why we're wrong.
Yeah, there's this narrative out there that the Packers have nothing to lose, and no matter what happens on Sunday, that's the part I want to highlight. No matter what happens on Sunday, the Packers can't come away with any sort of loss scenario that you can feel bad about. I just completely disagree with that. I don't think this is going to happen. I really don't. I think the Packers are going to keep it close. But if the Packers come out and they really struggle, and from start to finish, they get dominated. Like week 3, when they played the Detroit Lions, where it looked like, man, the Detroit Lions, it's JV versus varsity. I think that is a cause for concern, and that would be considered a loss for the Green Bay Packers. Now, you could still walk away and say, great season, we're really happy about it. But guys, every year there's a team that enters the playoffs and then it encounters a sobering reality that they are just not in the same class as the other top-tier teams in the NFL. And it creates a scenario where you realize we have a long, long way to go. And that positive energy, that positive momentum that you carried into the playoffs, it can be crushed really quickly because you think, hey, we can compete. We can compete with the Cowboys. We can compete with the 49ers. If you let doubt creep in, and all of a sudden you go out there and you lose, I'm talking 24 or more points. I'm talking 4 scores, 41-10, 35-7, something where it's start to finish, you get absolutely dominated. I think that can be a dent going into the season for morale, optimism, and confidence. And it would be a sobering reminder that maybe that you were the fraudulent team in the playoff. Maybe you didn't deserve that. Maybe you didn't deserve to be there.
First, Ben called me a fraud.
Well,
now
you are.
My Packers,
but I'd like for you to go at Brad.
I don't like any of this fraud talk. The Packers have already proven what they needed to prove. The season was a success. The Packers found their starting quarterback. The Packers made the playoffs. The Packers developed young receivers. Just because you lose on Sunday, and if they get boat raced on Sunday again, it doesn't make me feel good. But going into next year, it's not like they're going to say, oh my gosh, that game against the Dallas Cowboys made us all of a sudden no longer want to be hungry to get better, no longer want to be hungry to win more games next year. Nothing changes after this game.
I agree.
The Packers are still going into next year. They still have one of the youngest receiving corps in the NFL and one of the better blossoming receiving corps in the NFL that will all be a year older, a year more experienced, and they had that playoff lost potentially that they can kind of keep them hungry and let them lean on for experience. Experience is better than anything else. So I'm not concerned whatsoever. This team is in a great position for the future.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle, you're spot on, and Brad, you're usually pretty smart.
No, but this team is unproven though in a lot of ways. This is their first opportunity for a great
team too, man.
opportunity
well,
to
forget the Cowboys.
Be in there.
Let's make this all about the Green Bay Packers. If this is just about the Green Bay Packers, if they lose by 40, why is that bad?
Because they will have proven that they are not even close. We believe. Wait, hold on. We believe right now that they are a playoff team and they actually are not that far away from being able to compete with the highest level. Correct?
I do believe that to be true.
No, I think the most important thing is getting playoff experience and knowing Jordan Love is the guy. There are going to be changes next year that I hope put this team in a position to take that next step. The next step's not going to be taken whether you win by 3. Lose by 3 or lose by 40.
But you're talking.
It's going to be taken by.
You're talking about the season as a whole. We can agree that the season as a whole is a success, but this playoff experience for this team, it can come off where it's not.
If I get my butt beat by 40, I'm going to the weight room. I'm going to do my plyometrics. I'm doing all my strength. I'm doing everything extra, knowing that 40-point loss is in my legacy on my resume. And you're a competitor, Brad, and that's why I'm shocked that this is where you're going.
I'm saying
because if I get beat by 40 and I truly believe that I'm a playoff team and I truly believe that I have a quarterback that if we continue to add with and add pieces on the defense and change the coordinator and we have Matt LaFleur who's been to NFC Championship games and took the youngest team to the playoffs in the NFL, then I believe that no matter what happens against the Cowboys that I'm going to come back next year even better.
I have no doubt that they'll respond in that way. But what happens is doubt creeps in. You're going to talk about Jordan Love's first playoff experience and getting absolute blown out of the water. That didn't happen to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers' first playoff and Brett Favre, both their playoff experiences.
How was Aaron Rodgers' first season in the playoffs? He didn't make it.
I'm just saying, though, and we can agree on the season, but everyone's talking about this is a no-lose situation. Like, you can't possibly, there's no scenario on Sunday where you walk away
Yours
from that
is 1
game.
out of 100. That's why I don't even like it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is a scenario. I can see this happening.
Boo.
Can't you?
No.
Can't you see? I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a 10% chance the Cowboys are dialed in.
I always love talking to the YouTube chat. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
There's a 10%
Boo,
chance.
Brad.
10% chance.
Everyone
about
boo,
A game and the
Brad
Packers
Nerdman.
B game. That would be an ugly situation. I think that would be considered a major emotional loss for this team.
The 12-4 Carolina Panthers win the NFC South your second year in the NFL.
Yeah.
You guys lose in the playoffs to the San Francisco 49ers. The next time guys went to the playoffs, were you better off after losing to the 49ers?
We were better off.
Okay, then. So why can't the Packers be better off? That is the whole point. It's about having that experience. You guys were supposed to win that game. You were the home team. You were the conference champion. You weren't the San Francisco 49ers. You were the Carolina Panthers led by Cam Newton, the breakout NFL star.
I think you guys are discounting the embarrassment of getting destroyed on national television in a game that really matters.
No,
like that, because we didn't get destroyed. We lost by 14, and it was like semi-close.
2 scores. So how much did that matter when the San Francisco 49ers boat raced the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game in 2019? It didn't matter. They came back and had a 13-3 record. They had the MVP. They had the MVP in Aaron Rodgers. They won the wild card game against the Rams, and then they hosted the NFC Championship game and competed with the Buccaneers to the last possession. Now we're not going to go into the details of that game.
My point, though.
No, it doesn't. They got blown out, and they were right there.
Dark cloud over them for the rest of the playoff experience.
The dark cloud
with Aaron Rodgers.
Where's Aaron Rodgers?
I'm saying, but
he's gone.
Since that point, there was this curse of a sorts
Aaron
that
Rodgers
follows them through.
Love's already doing more than Rodgers
exactly.
did.
Aaron Rodgers is gone from this team. This is a new era of Jordan Love. He's going to take his bumps. He's going to take his lumps, and it is okay. He will learn from this. This is a new regime, Brad.
And don't hear me when I say like this team needs to win. They don't even need to keep it close. They just can't get embarrassed. If you get embarrassed and
so
you lose, I think that's a problem.
So you think if the Packers get embarrassed, then all of a sudden now they're going to have this big monkey on their back every time they go to the playoffs?
Not necessarily.
To get redemption.
I'm just saying that doubt starts creeping in. You can start to create. You stack those. You start to create a legacy.
I can't wait to talk to Brian Balaga.
And finally, I think that you prove you are amongst the meh of the NFL, because we can all agree there's like 5 great
They're
teams.
amongst the meh already, though.
Exactly.
Like, we knew that making the playoffs or not.
And I believe the playoff experience is worth any of it. I just don't buy that there is not a no-lose situation.
There's a no-lose situation, because either way, the Packers. This is extra credit. This is an extra game for the Green Bay Packers.
I'm selling Brad Norton
That's
today
all
if
it
I
is.
can.
That is all it is. Going into next year, this will not mess with their confidence. Like Ben said, it will probably make them have even more fuel to their fire.
I hope so.
To be encouraged going into next
Kyle,
year.
if you got your butt whipped in anything that you're competitive in, what would you do?
I work harder, and I can't wait till I get another shot at the person that whooped my butt. Every year, listen.
Bo Ryan had one of the best lines that I still love to this day. Real quick, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
I just believe that if you get embarrassed on national television, that's not good for your guys' psyche. That's not good for the team building. It's not good for momentum.
It's
the biggest game of the year.
No, it's one
against
game
an actually proven opponent.
But here's the thing:
they haven't played anybody proven all year.
If they hadn't played anybody proven all year, if they lost those 2 games, it's different. But they beat Kansas City. They beat Detroit. That was part of their journey. They won 3 games in a row to get into the playoffs.
The reality is,
here is the reality. The reality is, as a competitor, right? You go into practice, you go into games, you go into the offseason, you go into everything you do with the best intentions of doing your best and absolutely bringing it every time. But that's not always going to be the case. So one of the things that happened in practice was we were losing games, and this was in my college career at University of Wisconsin. Bo Ryan said, "Hey, if somebody kicked your ass, you let them know. You say, hey, you kicked my ass, but I'm going to kick your ass tomorrow." And that's the mindset that all competitors have, and they have at the highest level of the NFL, in which if the Packers do, in your scenario, Brad, get their butts whooped by the Cowboys, I don't care. They're going to be okay. This is house money. You can't convince me otherwise. 800-990-3776. I see your calls. We'll get to you coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
It is the 414 hour. At 4.
No.
All right, Colin, take it away.
If you're going to say it, you got to say it right. It's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
Okay, so how am I supposed to say that?
Say 4. Come on.
All right.
4. 1. 4.
It's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
Come on, they're going to have some swag now.
No way. I can't do that every day.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43, backing up from just about Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust, back on the brakes from before Fond du Lac Avenue, pretty heavy all the way down through the Marquette interchange. The northbound side slowing down from Kilbourne all the way up to Keefe. We've also got some backup southbound 41 from Appleton down past Appleton Avenue, I should say, down past Capitol Drive. We've also got some backups eastbound 94 in Waukesha County from Barker Road to Calhoun, and then again from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Delafield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. Check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Snow moves in later on, a low of 28. Tomorrow, a mix of snow and rain near the lake, but snow inland, heavy at times, windy and blowing snow, a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here because Forward Healthy Lifestyles has shown me that getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. We used to think getting older meant having less energy, less muscle, less endurance, less sex, and perhaps a bit more joint pain to weight around that waist. Not anymore. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles help men optimize their hormone levels, including testosterone, providing cutting-edge regenerative medicine therapies, and even help men lose stubborn weight with programs like semaglutide. In 2024, change your life. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Gary Olson here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? No matter the season, rain, snow, or shine, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is open for you. A top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. Just $35 an hour gets you a round and puts that summer feel back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilding for Associated Bank. Here in Wisconsin, we love our sports year-round, right down to the Packers games and the Lambeau snow. If you want to show your love for the green and gold every day, you got it with Associated Bank's exclusive Packers checking account. A one-of-a-kind debit card, a 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop, plus everything you'll score as an Associated Bank customer. Best of all, you'll get a banking partner based right here in the Midwest. Visit AssociatedBank.com/Packers to get started today. You've got this with Associated Bank. Member FDIC.
Cousin Subs just got better. With our newest mobile app update, we've made it easier to purchase your favorite subs and sides with Apple or Google Pay, and the ability to make split payments. And that's not all. Can we get your digits? Sign up today for our new text messaging program to unlock exclusive coupons and offers at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Your company has a story to tell. And it could be coming a whole lot of different ways, whether it be welcoming new teammates, business partners, a merchandising event, specialized gifting, onboarding kits. There are so many ways that you want to tell your company's story, and you have a certain brand you want to portray. That's where 3 Tree comes in. They're a full-service, branded merchandising agency, and they're creative. They're going to figure out how to communicate the message you want to send whenever you put your logo on anything. I know here at GKB, we use them all the time. And whenever I get anything from the company, man, I just get that feeling that I know who this company is, and I feel part of the team. It's an amazing opportunity to showcase what your brand is all about. They're going to work outside the box and be an extension of your team. So see what else 3 Tree Marketing can do and set an appointment for today at 3treemarketing.com.
I feel like Brad has more stuff than me, and he's been here like 4 months. It's ridiculous. Kyle Bruston Nortman across 94.5 ESPN and other great stations like 1430 ESPN. Beaver Dam, 800-990-3776. Brad Nortman, great at talking about 3 Tree, bad at telling us why the Packers are not playing with house money. John in West Bend, welcome into Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. Hope you're having a great day. I'm curious if Brad, before the Kansas City game, if you thought the Packers were at risk of being embarrassed and having everybody's little hearts ruined because they might lose or be embarrassed to a team.
Yeah, like in general, like any regular season game you're asking?
No, before the Kansas City game. And you could say, okay, it was a regular season game.
Yeah.
This year, were you worried?
Well, John, let me help out with this one because I think for me, I think the conversation amongst us as well was I was less worried about the Chiefs and more worried about the Lions because of the way the Lions came into Lambeau on Thursday Night Football and completely pulverized them. It was 27-3 at half. What was it? Something like that? Like 24-3 at half? Whatever it was, the Lions came into Lambeau early in the season and imposed their will on this team. And this team has not been a physical team under Matt LaFleur. It's just not their identity. So I was more worried about Thanksgiving than I was the Chiefs because the Chiefs have been bad offensively and good defensively. And that's not really a recipe for a blowout.
Yeah, I'm tracking where the question was going. And here's my thing. Look, first of all, I don't think this is going to happen. So KBN Nation, don't come at me. 2, I also feel like I'm going to take a thing from our friend Brian Balaga, who's going to join us next. I feel like the house money mentality, it's a little bit of like what he said about the Chicago Bears. It's a little bit of like a loser's mentality where, hold on. I like the idea of it. I hate the idea of being okay with being embarrassed. Like, that sends a message to me about, like, and nobody within the organization would say it, but you come out there and play like that in a playoff game when you should bring your A game, when you should be having your best football being played, and you should rise to the occasion of the cream of the crop of the NFL, and you're embarrassed, and there's no part of the fans that feel like we just lost something a little bit. You can still have a great season. We have QB1. This is going to be a very important experience to come. I'm just saying, keep it close. Don't be embarrassed. If you do, that feels to me like a loss of sorts, and it sends a certain message that this team is not ready for prime time. That feels like a loss to me.
It feels like a disappointment to me. That's all it is.
That's not a good thing.
As a fan, a disappointment, but we can't allow.
Would you be disappointed about losing house money? That's the idea, though. There is a level of disappointment to this.
Yeah, I'm disappointed about losing house money. You know why? Because I could have made more money. That's what it's about. But at the end of the day, I still didn't lose anything because it was house money. The Green Bay Packers would be okay, just like my pocketbooks would be okay as well.
Unless you're around me, because in 2023 you're down $110.
$110, and who knows what else I used to do.
That was not house money. That was Kyle Wallace money.
If we may, the $100 we lost on roulette, if you want to have a gripe with me, fine. But don't put the $10 a part of that because you know that was a good valued bet that you are okay with.
Before you answer, I'll even say this. They won a couple of games, and I was like, what a freaking day to miss. These guys are going to... How much was the payout?
$10 to win $1,000.
I was like, these guys are going to win $1,000.
Shout out Potawatomi Sportsbook.
And I didn't even get in on it because I was out of town. So color me a little bit jealous for like a week.
You know what I'm thinking about now? I do a show on Sunday Carmen where I got swindled out of money too. We lost our bet. I gave Craig $250.
Kyle,
I'm the bad guy.
Is Kyle
$100 almost messing with this?
Is Kyle a mark? Is he a guy that's just like a mark that's just easy to? Like
He's
illicit
a sheep.
money out of?
Yeah, I'll get him to follow me anywhere.
I just thought about that. I lost all this money messing with Greg. I lost money messing with you.
Can't play that enough, Chris.
The biggest two gamblers in the dang company, or better, I don't know what would you call yourself? Better gambler? I
Okay,
don't know.
that is a strong accusation to Craig Karmazin and Ben Brust.
Whose
names normally aren't in the same sentence.
Listen, I've only consistently worked with two people on air, and maybe it just so happens to be the only two people that are always constantly taking money out of my pockets.
Well, sounds like a you issue. You need better people to hang out around.
I guess so, my good. Y'all like kids just leeching off my pockets.
You're just so easy to swindle. It's
Kyle,
so
I
fun.
would never lead you astray.
I know
would
you
direct
would.
you to diversified investments.
Yeah.
And watch that.
Yeah, you would. 2024, we're not taking
That's
bets,
right.
we're investing.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch the market crash this year.
Yeah, literally. Worst year in 20 years.
If it's gonna crash, you might as well gamble it. You know what I'm saying?
Get a little thrill out of it.
I can't believe that. It literally just hit me that I've lost more than $110.
Yeah, you should take it out with Craig. Sunday Karma, 10 to noon. You're gonna be with him on the show.
What was the bet with Craig?
5 Jordan Love rushing touchdowns.
Oh, it was more than that too. Somehow Craig, the guy who put up $1,000 per touchdown, got me, little old poor me, to put in $250 for a bet.
Poor me.
And he put up $1,000.
That's a pretty healthy bet.
And here's the thing, though. It was supposed to be $500, but he said, if I jump in, he'll put another $500. We could have used his $500 to bet on Jordan Love, but instead I had to put money in.
Brian Balaga joins us next. I gotta make sure Kyle's okay in the break.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Is this like a KBN or is it like individual picture per page?
No, I was hoping
this is going to change the
No,
price.
It's like a calendar. You got your own page.
Okay,
Your own page, okay.
Own page is one thing. I can do that. But if I got to be nude, taking multiple pictures for an hour next to y'all swanging and wanging all over the place, I don't think I want.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
Good morning, Tausch. How are you?
Old T's I'm not feeling 100%. Tummy ache?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
No, I think with all that little stuff that's going around, and I'm going to grind.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. Number 11 Marquette saw their 20-game Big East home winning streak come to an end as they lost to Butler 69-62 at Fiserv Forum. The Golden Eagles led by 7 at the half, but shot just 28% from the floor in the second half and finished the game 5 of 31 from three-point range. Junior guard Stevie Mitchell notched his second game this season, scoring in double figures, finished with 10 points and tied a career high with 8 rebounds.
Golick hands back to Mitchell. He'll go to the basket and lay it up and in.
Next up for MU, a matchup with Villanova Monday afternoon back at Fiserv Forum.
Help protect your team with slam dunk coverage. Saganiac Planning can coach you on ways to save money on medical and specialty plans through United Healthcare, which is one of the largest provider networks in Wisconsin. Call John Saganiac Jr. 262-783-6161. That's John Jr. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Insurance coverage is provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services Inc. or its affiliates. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin Inc.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. Wisconsin football star cornerback Ricardo Holman announced on X Wednesday that he'll be back for his junior season in 2024. Holman put himself on the map, leading the way for not only the Wisconsin defense, but the entire country with 7 interceptions in 2023. Holman also notched career highs with 34 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 12 pass deflections. Shortly after Holman's announcement Wednesday, legendary Alabama head coach Nick Saban retired. Alabama is Wisconsin's third opponent next year. Coincidence?
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Join us at Fiserv Forum as we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Sunday, January 14th. This annual MLK game presented by We Energies honors Dr. King's legacy and his spirit of community advocacy. Don't miss Milwaukee Bucks basketball in action and all the special things we have in store to honor Dr. King on Sunday, January 14th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit bucks.com/impact.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Q Club of Wisconsin is a hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what do you have going on over there?
Gary, we have so much going on. We're still the place to be on game days to catch the green and gold. Book a holiday party in our VIP room, which includes a private pool table, 2 shuffleboard tables, and 4 dartboards. Plus, we got great live music every Saturday night. And of course, we've got our fish fry on Wednesdays and Fridays, where we pile it high.
All happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin, North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Check out qclubofwisconsin.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown has shown me that getting older doesn't mean feeling older. Because you always think you got to have less energy, less muscle, less endurance, less sex, but perhaps there's a different way. There is. I can tell you from experience, Lindsay's team is amazing. You have to tell them ESPN sent you to forwardhealthylifestyles.com or call them. Just schedule your free consultation. I did a blood draw. I have my injections ready to go. And it's changed my life. It's going to give me the energy I need. Man, it's coming fast. Less than a month away. Could come any second right now. The baby. There's a baby due. My life's going to change. I need all the energy in the world, and it's helped so much to have great partners at forwardhealthylifestyles.com in Germantown. Check them out today. Ben Brust here with Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Chris Larson running the show, and joining us as he does every Thursday is Brian Balaga. Brian, we fulfilled our destiny. We jumped in Lake Michigan today. Did you have a chance to watch the video on Twitter?
I did watch it. That's I'm very impressed. How cold was it? What did you think?
About 38 degrees, I think. It was actually warmer.
It was 30 degrees in like the air, but yeah, the water
temperature.
But also there was a wind as well, so
there was a wind.
A little colder.
What were some of your takeaways? Because mine was Brad and I were the only two to go under. Kyle did high knees way too far and didn't go underneath his over his chest. And Torey Lowe we give a pass because, you know, he's pushing 50 and we might make sure he's okay.
Well, you got to go underwater. You got to go. You got to go under.
Brian, I can't get my hair wet or my face.
You could.
Can you tell Brian your conspiracy theory about Lake Michigan?
Brian, 380 gallons of untreated wastewater, which wastewater means my poop and my pee in the lake. 380 gallons of that is in the lake that they just ran in, and I ran in again today, and I didn't want to get any lesions on my face after today. Ben already talking about his eyes are itching.
Brian, how many gallons do you think are in Lake Michigan?
That's a great question.
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I can't even give you a good guess.
And you don't need to, but I just looked it up, and Kyle's worried about, what do you worry about, 380 million?
I'm worried about the poop and pee we just swam.
1 quadrillion gallons fills Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
Quadrillion.
The waste place is literally a mile down the road.
I just love that you think it centralized itself right to where you were going in the water. That's my favorite part about all of this. Brian, house money or not?
This week?
Yep.
You know, I think we have to treat this kind of like we did starting week 1, right? No expectations. And I think if you go into it,
actually, we need to switch our mindsets, boys.
I like that better than the house money.
Yeah, if you go into this thing with no expectations, the same exact way we started the season, you know, you'll watch this game, you'll enjoy it way more, and then you'll potentially be surprised, or potentially you're not going to be completely let down if something doesn't go our way. And that's kind of the way I'm going into it. Do I expect them to play well and play hard and put up a fight? Absolutely. Am I expecting them to beat the Cowboys by 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns? Nope, I'm not. But what I'm not going to do is watch this thing and scream at the TV and get down on the players in a game where, to be honest, I mean, midway through the season, I didn't even think they'd have a chance to be in. So I'm just excited that they're in this position, that all these young guys get an opportunity to play in a playoff game, because it doesn't happen for everybody. And with the youngest team in the NFL, and I think they said, the youngest team to ever make it to the playoffs?
Yep.
This is exciting. And I think I'm going into it, no expectation. Hope the guys play well. I mean, the second thing is I hope everyone stays healthy. Don't want any injuries that linger into an off season and potentially impacts guys starting next season. That's another thing that I'm always concerned about. So I just hope they play well and put on a good show, and that's the way I'm going into this game.
Brian, in the same vein, I've just been hearing everybody say this is a no-lose situation, house money. To me, the more I think about that, the less I actually believe it. I think, look, I don't expect this team to win. I expect them to keep it kind of close. If they lose by 14 points, whatever, that I would be very satisfied with that. My concern is, I don't think this is going to happen. I'm going to preface this with that. I don't think this is going to happen. But if start to finish, this team is utterly dominated in the same way they were dominated by, let's say, the Lions in week 3 at home, and they lose by 30 points, right, or more, doesn't that feel like a little bit of a loss? That feels like a loss to me. You can still say season was great. We have QB1, important experience, but a really sobering reality would set in. And I just feel like the messaging of this team was not ready for prime time, and they're probably amongst
They already know they're part of the
But that feels like everyone's telling me it's a no loss scenario. Getting blown out, that feels like a bit of a loss. Am I going too far with that? Do you agree?
No, that's the one thing that I'm hoping doesn't happen, because that's a nasty taste to go into an off season with, and it's and I get it. Well, that's a chip they could put on their shoulder, but a blowout loss in the playoffs it's hard. It's hard to. I mean, I've never had one besides an NFC Championship game, or 2 of them against Atlanta and against San Francisco. So I've had 2 of them, and they hurt. And they're really hard to get over. And it's, you could look at it like, put that one in the rear view. We weren't experienced enough or whatever it may be, but it hurts. That would be the only caveat to this, is that, if they get completely run out of the building, that to me is a loss. That's a loss. So that's why I kind of started by saying, I just want them to play well, and I want them to play hard and stay healthy, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but not a blowout. That's for sure.
Nobody wants to blow, but I think the Packers will be okay. But Jason Wilde joined us earlier today. He talked about Mike McCarthy, and Mike McCarthy this week has said he doesn't want to find himself doing a lot of reminiscing like he did last year before he went to Lambeau. And Brian, do you think it'll be worrisome for your coach if they're talking about last year and how he maybe was focused too much on the Packers last year, and now this year he's still talking about the loss from last season? Are the Packers living rent-free in Mike McCarthy's head?
No, I don't know if they're living rent-free. I mean, he spent a lot of time in Green Bay, right? Won a lot of games, a lot of great memories. His last memory in that building was Mason Crosby kicking a 58-yard field goal to beat the Cowboys right before overtime in the playoffs. So that's his last memory against the Packers in that building, I'd imagine. So he probably wants to forget that one, because that's not a good one for him to remember with considering what colors he's wearing this time around. But I don't think they're rent-free in his head. I think he's got a lot of love for the city, a lot of love for the state and this team. And I get it. Not a lot of the guys are there that he was there with, but won a Super Bowl, won a lot of games, had a lot of great memories. But listen, Mike is a good football coach. I enjoyed my time with him. Sometimes in these situations, he could potentially overcomplicate it, which he really doesn't need to, especially against the defense that, he's going to see. I mean, if I'm talking to Mike McCarthy right now, if I was a Dallas Cowboys staffer, I would be saying, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play action. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play action. And that'd be my recipe going into the game. And we'll see if he does it. Sometimes Mike, he likes to get a little pass happy. He likes to get the ball in the air a lot. And if our pass rushers come to play, that's a positive for us if they want to continue to throw it all around the park. So I'm
so much for
Mike,
the whole no expectations thing. Now you got me thinking a lot.
Well, I'm just looking at the game as a whole. And there's been times where Mike, even in his Green Bay Packer days, would start the game a little pass happy, overcomplicate it just a touch, and we'd all have to take a breath and kind of get back into, the plan. And that's running the football, getting Aaron and advantations down in distances and giving him an opportunity to do what he needs to do best. And normally he did it. But, in his case, I don't know what the plan is for them. But if that's me, that's what I'm doing against our defense. But I'm not a Dallas Cowboy, so I don't know.
Don't send the tape to Dallas.
No.
He's got good ideas here, Brian Balaga. That's why we love him.
Hey, Brian just made me more encouraged that Mike McCarthy feels the pressure. I know Dak Prescott feels the pressure not putting on the NFC East championship hat. I know Mike McCarthy feeling it. You made me feel real good. You gave me
that is some nice hope right
Brian Balaga joining us here on Kyle Bruston Nortman. Before the Homer Hour, you'll hear Brian the Doctor with Homer from 5 to 6. Now, Brian, when it comes to cold weather, Brad talked, I didn't even know this, when he had 2 punts blocked, it was in a negative 12-degree game.
Thanks for the punts blocked.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that. What was the coldest and worst game you ever played in?
There was a game in 2016 we went to Chicago. I think the kickoff temperature was like 4 degrees, and with wind chill, I think it was like negative 13 or 14. That's
where
cold.
Yours was, right, Brad?
Yeah, mine was, I think, 5, negative 12 was the feel.
Kansas City. Tell him, Brad.
Yeah, Kansas City, the wind chill feel, Kyle just reported to us, it's supposed to be negative 30. Can you even fathom that? That was my reaction. I can't even fathom that.
That is going to be it's going to be an ugly game, right? It's going to be ugly.
Yeah, after the playoff plunge, we'd be good. We could get out there for them.
Yeah, I was out there for all 3 minutes.
Yeah, and you didn't even go under. You're soft. Brian Balaga, have a great time on the Homer Hour. We look forward to talking to you on Monday, regardless of the outcome. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Homer Hour up next from 5 to 6.
Soft, my goodness.
We did it. The Green Bay playoff plunge is over.
We
Brad Nortman, Ben Bruss went under. We plunged. Kyle Wallace is a fraud.
You ain't got no shirt on. Oh, hell no.
We've got some backups along eastbound 94 from Highway F all the way through